This is Snake. Can you hear me? Good. The mission is simple. Put your geek pants on and infiltrate Foxhound. If you need backup, contact Ken and Chris on their codec frequency. Ready? Snake out.
Hey! Try not to look at this. I got
right.
that.
But this is so much bigger and eye-catching.
Right? It's
And I could do this.
you can just stare at ourselves.
Stare at like 80% cranium. Hey guys!
Welcome to the first live where we're in the same room.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate. What,
Cheers.
you got a little...
I drink and I know things.
You drink and you know things.
Just like my good buddy Peter Dinklage.
Very nice.
We're tight.
Very nice.
We're very tight.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yes, we are going to be talking about James Gunn's DC slate.
Yes.
Gods and Monsters Part 1.
Yeah, part 1. So there's more to this part.
There has to be because...
I mean, it's a pretty big slate for part 1 alone.
Yeah,
But then half of them are TV.
Well, that's a necessary evil.
Yeah.
That's a necessary evil these
Yeah,
days.
it's fucking...
Hey, you know what? Like,
Disney Plus really ruined that for me. Now I got to watch like 8-hour movies basically to get to the next one.
You just not do it.
I could not do it, but then I watched the Marvels and go, who the hell are these people?
Well, no, you'll be fine for Marvels.
The Marvels?
The Marvels.
If I didn't watch the TV shows,
I'm saying you will be right now.
Yeah, yes. Now I will, but if I had it,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Right?
Yeah, unless they treat the Marvels like they did the Avengers, where they give you little pot shots for each character.
That's true.
Say, hey,
that's true.
Just in case you didn't sit through 16 hours of TV, or wait, in Wanda's case, 9 hours.
Yes. Yeah, let's see. There's another one.
What, 9? Yeah, it was 9 hours, and then 6 for the other one, so 15. But
or you watch Captain America 4, not knowing why it's starting the way it's starting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Thanks, guys, for giving me homework. But all jokes aside, it's funny because you're like, do you have anything to talk about before? And
yeah.
Not really, but then on the way
I was going to make a tab. I was like, whatever. We'll just kick it. We'll kick it.
I was like, wrestling, honestly, because wrestling, especially WWE, has been so... Well, a couple of the overarching stories have been just so fucking phenomenal. Like, we talked to you and I about the Cody Rhodes, Paul Heyman promo. That
dude
effortlessly brings him into the Bloodline story, but on the peripheral. So he's not just brought right in, but he's there, and nobody booed him.
Did you read Freddie Prinze Jr.'s remarks on that?
No, but I'm a big fan of it. Hold on a second.
Okay.
I just want to say this. I love how when Cody Rhodes now he starts talking about Roman Reigns,
mm-hmm.
And he handled it perfectly. He said, "Hey, look, I don't care who it is. Like you, good luck." He says his name. He's saying, "Good luck."
Yep.
You beat him, then I'll see you at WrestleMania. And of course, everyone's just like, "Yeah," because he doesn't bury anybody. Nobody got buried.
Nope.
All he did was prop everybody up. He just also said that I will beat you.
Yeah.
You guys are all awesome. I'm just a little bit better. I was like, fuck, man. Like, WWE with their cut and paste promo that they give to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
No. Get him to fucking do cut and paste promos because he built everyone. He built up Paul Heyman. He built up Paul Heyman so much that I was sitting there. I said it. I was like, I'm fucking getting misty-eyed between these two assholes.
Yeah.
The whole time I'm like, because I'm waiting, because I know that at some point Paul Heyman is just going to be like, yeah, your dad and you and the Rhodes and everything, but fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck all you. I was waiting for it, but the whole time I was like, man, this is so good. And, like tear here, tear, nothing major. I wasn't blubbering like at the end of Endgame, but but still, I was like, oh fuck. But at the whole time, I'm like, okay, but, and I actually for like half a second I thought maybe Heyman's not going to do it, but then he started saying, who's trained by your father?
Yep.
And he's going through this list, and I was like, oh, that's genius, because he's going to get to Cody. He's going to say, but you weren't. And I was like, oh, that's good. And then he pulls the fucking hammer, and he's just like, Roman was the son your father always wanted. And I was like, holy shit. And then to separate himself from everyone else, what did Cody do? Oh, he got in his face. Oh, sure he did. And then he just said, I was doing everything I can not to make this personal, but you all just tried to make it personal. Well, congratulations. You made it personal. Yeah, it's personal. And I was like, oh, shit.
I'm so stoked, man.
Oh,
Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania are going to be so goddamn good.
Yeah, it's going to be a shame when I invite you to Elimination Chamber and last minute you're like, I can't come.
Oh, no, I'm coming this time.
I'm not even inviting you.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I know when it is.
Yeah,
I'll be at your door.
I know what it is. I know where you live.
Yeah.
I mean, I told you before, you have a standing invitation.
Yeah.
So there's no.
I'm there.
No need for that.
I will not be fishing.
Yeah, but that's the other part too that I was kind of leading into. Actually, hold on. No, you were gonna say something.
Freddie Prinze Jr. I just read this last night. He's got his podcast.
Listen to it.
And it's freaking.
He's a fan.
A couple things he worked in the industry.
You don't have. They hired people that weren't fans.
No.
I think he lied about being a fan to get the job.
Oh, yeah, maybe, yeah. But he was talking and he said, if you really watch that promo and you really pay attention to it, you can see like Cody kind of nodding with some of the stuff Heyman's saying and everything. He goes, I think they're planting the seeds after he beats Roman for his heel turn.
Which would work.
Yeah.
Which would work huge.
Yeah.
Especially if we still have huge over babyface Sami Zayn waiting in the wings.
100%.
Because
I mean, Cody's going to need a whole group of guys to go up against.
Yeah, I still honestly think that KO is going to fuck over Sami Zayn first chance he gets, because he's done it every single fucking time.
Well, I think only if Sami wins, though.
Except for when Sami just recently did it to him. That's the only time.
Yeah.
Every other time. That's why I always kind of got a kick where, like, KO is just like, I've been your best friend, and you can't see these fucking guys are just using you. And it's like, well, yeah, of course you can see it, because that's all you've ever done. You're sitting there going like, that's my fucking move. You guys are taking my move. But I can't say that because I'm a good guy right now.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'll screw you over in 6 months.
But anyway. So, yeah. First of all, his podcast, awesome.
Yeah.
I've watched a couple of his stuff. There's another one too, Chris Clan. I can't remember his name now, but he's another wrestling guy.
Okay.
He interviews a lot of guys, and he's really good. So I've seen talks with him and Freddie Prinze and stuff like that. So
I find the easiest thing to do is just watch little clips here and there on YouTube.
Yeah. Because
I just don't have the time for all these podcasts, like full-length podcasts.
Depends. Some of them I will make time for.
Yeah.
One of them is I don't know if I've told you, but there's a YouTube channel, YouTuber Wrestling Bios. Okay. And he's this British guy, and he covers a lot of Attitude Era stuff. Okay. But primarily what I watch mostly is, it's literally called Reliving the War. And he watches Nitro and Raw every week right from the beginning.
Really?
And then rates them. And like he has like a changing point system as he's starting to find his footing on the channel. But it's awesome. At the same time,
where is he finding those? Did he have?
Well, I think it's the WWE Network. I think is where he's getting it up from.
Oh, I guess WCW be on there now too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense.
And then I'm like watching him because it's he's going back and because he was a fan at that time too. So it's like us where we're all geeks about it.
Yeah.
Especially that time period. And it's also really cool because when you go back and you start to go, because some of it was awesome when you're in the moment.
Yeah.
And then other times you're like then when you look back at it, you go, it's still pretty cool.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's not that cool. Like Brian James, the Road Dogg.
Yep.
Up until the last couple of years, I would have said, you know what? Yeah, he was a pretty good promo. You know, blah blah blah. But like, actually, no. It's been a while. It'd be a long time since I've said that. But I remember at the time period, I was like, oh yeah, the Road Dogg.
But he said the same thing.
And the New Age Outlaws.
Yeah.
And they're awesome. But now I'm like, no, he wasn't awesome. He struck gold with that promo.
Yep.
But then that was it.
And then just on replay,
he just did the same fucking shit over and over again. And then the other part too is like now when I hear Road Dogg talk about guys getting over and like saying, oh, well, you know, he couldn't get over it, he couldn't get over it, he couldn't go over. Like, neither could you.
Mm-hmm.
You only got over when you hooked up with Billy Gunn and started doing the New Age Outlaws, but you guys didn't really get over until you joined up with DX.
100%.
You were getting over. I'm not going to take that away.
Yeah.
You guys were getting over, but then you it's like hitching a ride with the NWO.
Yeah.
You're getting over. Well, now you're crazy over because you're part of the NWO. But you are still always going to be here.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
yeah, if you think back now, like how many guys in the NWO could you really name off?
Right.
The main handful.
Well, now I can name off more because I'm reliving the war. But so thank you, Wrestling Bios.
Now
hold on. Thank you, Wrestling Bios.
But now you have a person watching you talk about watching Wrestling Bios, talk about watching Raw and Nitro.
Like a time loop.
Yeah, look at this.
But yeah, so if you like, honestly, check it out though, because I think you really, really like it. He's got other parts of the show too. Like he does the pay-per-views, but that's separate.
Okay.
From there, or he'll do like collections where it's like the entire NWO timeline or stuff like that. Well, the cool part right now is we're hitting it where Goldberg is starting to get up in his wins. So, and he's doing like an actual count, and then he's got their like fabricated count, which is kind of cool. But it's one of those where like sometimes you forget how over Goldberg was.
Crazy,
you know,
over.
like even just things that he was doing that they were going like shitting their pants over, not just the spear, not the jackhammer, but also this fucking ankle lock that he did.
Yeah, that's right.
I was like, I forgot he did that ankle lock.
I totally forgot about that.
I forgot how good he did that ankle lock, you know?
Yeah.
Or even just like watching guys like Alex Wright again, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And remembering, oh yeah, like fuck, he was actually really good. He should have been a bigger star in that company. He had a decent run.
Yep.
But, you know, WCW's also WCW. But, and then the other flip side to which is that a lot of the shit that WCW was doing back in the day, you were seeing Vince do recently before he was.
Oh, yeah.
You know, where you're just like last minute, like nobody knew what was going on. They would show up for work and then it'd just be like, am I on the show? No, cool, I'm getting paid anyway.
I guess I'll go sit over there.
Whatever. It looks like I'm getting drunk again.
Yeah.
Not that it would have mattered if I was on the show. But that's one thing that you didn't pick up when you were a kid watching it, how often Shawn Michaels was fucking juiced to the gills on stuff, and he's on TV live. Like, I see it now and I go, oh yeah, he's clearly on some sort of pills.
Yeah.
He's clearly looped up here. Whereas as a kid, the DX stuff with Austin, I didn't really, because I wasn't watching it at the time. I was familiar with it later, but when you look at it again, you're just like, fuck. And some of the stuff on WCW, there's a bunch of times you're like, oh yeah, Hogan's hammered. He's fucking drunk. But anyway, so I just wanted to talk about that. And then finally, a little tidbit about getting back to WWE is there's quite a bit of moving parts now that I'm very, very pleased with, which never would have happened under Vince. Because we've got the Bloodline storyline, which is hands down the best storyline in years.
Oh, easily.
For me, it is probably the best storyline since fucking Daniel Bryan, I would say.
Yeah, you were mentioning that.
For me personally, I would say it's the best wrestling story since Daniel Bryan, because I think the only other wrestling story really was Roman Reigns becoming the top guy. And it was like, I'm not a Roman Reigns hater by any means, but like that presentation was fucking shitacular. Like, I can't get over how they pushed him so weirdly. And it was like literally trying to make it work.
Yeah,
you know?
Pushing their thing on him.
Yeah.
Whereas he finally came and did his thing, and now look at.
Yeah, they're basically like, hey, we want you to be John Cena. And he's like, well, I mean, you're signing my paychecks, so sure. But, you know, and then he just did it until he got to a point where he's like, cool, hey, I'm the biggest merch mover. Mm-hmm. I'm your top guy. That's what you want, right? Mm-hmm. Let me do this. Just let me fucking do this. I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of those things like Xavier Woods, where he's just like, let me do it. If it blows up in my face, great. Bump me, get me out of here, fire me, do whatever.
Yep.
Right? But I guarantee you this will work. Glad they did.
Oh, you know? I'm so happy.
So that's a moving part that I absolutely love. The Judgment Day went from, oh, fuck off, to me being like, holy shit. And that actually ties into both Rhea Ripley, and fucking Hard Time Dom, who's my favorite character right now. Hard Time Dom is awesome.
Hard Time Dom.
And they're still pulling the Rey Mysterio Dominic match in the background.
Yeah.
So Bloodline has got the Bloodline storyline, the main one, with Roman Reigns being the top guy. Then you've got Sami Zayn, who is trying to get there. Mm-hmm. You've got Cody Rhodes also trying to get there. Plus, you've got the Usos. They've got their own storyline because Jay is persona non grata, right?
Yeah. I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow night.
That promo with Reigns was awesome, too, where he's just like, it's WrestleMania season, son. Yeah. Like, what do you mean you don't know where your brother is? Like, he's just manic now. He is crazy. He doesn't know what's going on. You know, you got your silent killer, Solo Sikoa. Mm-hmm. But Kevin Owens, too. He's all... So that's one big conglomerate.
Yeah.
Then you've got the Judgment Day. So you've got Edge, Beth Phoenix, Rhea Ripley, Finn, plus Hard Time Dom, you know.
I can't not laugh when you say it.
It's such a... I don't know if they're calling him Hard Time Dom, but I think it's just great.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. When you spend time in jail like me, doing hard time.
One night.
40, I think it was like 4 hours too. They broke it down one night, 4 hours. But even just the fact that now they're using the fact that he's not a good wrestler.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what they were thinking. Like, yes, your dad is here.
Yeah.
Naturally, you're going to be here too. Yeah, right out of the gate, you can be like that.
Right away.
Your dad was wrestling since he was fucking 13. No one mentions that. He was wrestling since he was 13. He's going to be good. Okay? But I love that now they're like, well, he's a shitty wrestler. Let's lean into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's have a group of people feed this delusional loser's fucking mentality, do all the heavy lifting, and he's acting like he's the biggest dick there. He's like, hey, fuck, I'm killing all these guys. I'm awesome. Like, what was it? I would have won the Rumble if you didn't eliminate Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley wasn't there because she was busy. But I would have won. You're like, yes, Hard Time, you would have won. He said that to Cody Rhodes. He said, I served Hard Time to a guy whose dad made a career out of Hard Time promo. Like, what the fuck is happening?
I got such a kick when Beth had him up for the glam slam. Mommy!
I love that he took it.
Yeah, he took it. Yeah.
He could have said no.
Yeah.
He could have said, I'm not fucking taking that shit.
Yeah.
Not only take it, but he screamed for mommy. That was fucking brilliant. You know, and then on top of all of that, you've got Ripley on a crash course with Charlotte, and the only thing that will fuck that up is if they have Charlotte win. That's the only thing. Because even though Charlotte is currently doing a babyface gimmick, she's
not a baby face.
She's slowly turning heel. She's like shitting on people left and right. Like, actually, the most recent promo with her, anytime she was on screen, I was like, this is your baby face? Your baby face showed up on Raw, told everybody that she was great. Her dad introduced her as a legend on the Raw 30. And I was like, oh, okay. We don't hear anything about Trish Stratus, Lita, but we hear about Charlotte.
Yep.
Weird. Then Belair shows up and Sonya shows up, and Charlotte goes, yeah, go ahead, you beat her. You beat her up. I was like, fuck, whatever. So they're going to try to turn her heel, I guess. Try to keep her babyface as long as possible.
But Ripley's Judgment Day's in the same situation of Bloodline, where they're heels, but everyone's going crazy for them.
I mean, at this point, don't fight it.
Yeah.
Just fucking flip Charlotte back
Do
to
it.
being a heel.
Do it.
And then Rhea will get cheered.
Yep.
Then once she's done with Charlotte, she go back to being a fucking heel.
Mm-hmm.
Just stop fighting it.
Yep.
Just sit there and go, they're going to cheer for Rhea. They're going to boo Charlotte. Let's do that for now. And then once Charlotte gets beat, then you can take Charlotte off TV for a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe ship her off on a different brand or something. Like back to Raw. Try again for babyface, maybe, but I wouldn't. I would go heel. So there's those storylines, right?
Yep.
But then you've got Asuka with this murder clown, this revamping of her old Canna gimmick.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
It's so cool.
The whole
so cool.
I love that she changed her makeup, cut her hair, changed her tights, changed a bit of her wrestling style. Even her intro, like her actual intro to the ring, is slightly different. I was like, man, this is fucking great.
Yep.
It's fucking great. Like, what is going on? I'm not even complaining about WWE.
No, there's so much good going on. And then you got the Bray stuff.
Sure. That one is one of those we'll have to see how
that's a slow burn. It's a slow burn.
I'm liking it, but I don't know how much other people are liking it. Like I'm talking like the guys in the back.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see the rate of return on that one.
Yeah.
Because it is strange that we haven't seen Bray since that match.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen Uncle Howdy. And like we talked about, Alexa Bliss is off now. She's not injured or nothing, but she's just off TV now.
Yeah.
Apparently they knew it was coming. So that's kind of why they did the match the way it was.
Probably just going on a tour with her husband or something.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah,
like whatever. But like I'm so pumped for WrestleMania. It's ridiculous. We got the Gunther. We got anything with Gunther.
Oh yeah.
Anything with Sheamus.
Yep.
You know, I mean, fucking even Drew McIntyre. Like I love Drew McIntyre. I wish he was higher up on the card. I really wish he was higher up on the card.
He'll get there once Roman loses those titles.
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, he needs to drop those titles so other people can,
Yeah.
While they're still wrestling.
Yeah.
They only have a lifetime in wrestling for so long.
Yeah, well, what do they say? You only got so many bumps.
Yeah.
You've only got so many bumps before you're out. But 6 months ago, if you would have said, Chris, you're going to be shitting your pants about WWE, I would have been like, you're fucking dumb.
Yeah.
I hate watching it. And now I'm like, no, I don't want to miss a thing. I don't want to miss a goddamn thing. I'm at a point now where I'm kind of trusting them. As long as Vince stays the fuck away from this.
He's got to stay. As soon as he puts his finger in there once.
Stays the fuck away from this.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah.
Well, also, this is the point I'm trying to make, though. Between Rumble and Mania, for the last couple of years, the pay-per-views in between, nobody gave a fuck about.
Right.
Because WWE told us, I don't give a fuck about them because, but now I don't want to miss Rumble.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way I'm missing Elimination Chamber. I can't wait to see that pay-per-view. I want to see that pay-per-view more than I wanted to see Rumble. And I was pumped about the Rumble. So, yeah.
I'm pumped I called the mixed tag match.
Oh, yeah. That was good, though.
Yeah.
That was good.
Holy shit. I was really on a roll that episode. I called a lot of shit. I'm proud of myself.
You clean sweeped Rumble.
I clean sweeped it.
The only thing I called Alexa.
Yeah.
I called Alexa because I was trying to think like how are we gonna lead into this. That's why I went that route. Even though it was blatantly obvious Balor's gonna beat her.
Yeah.
It's the worst match of the card though. Fuck.
Yeah. Well, it's only like 7 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah,
like super short.
Part two, like really, it was between that one and the blackout match. The only reason why the blackout match got a little bit, I bumped it up was because like the wrestling itself was okay.
Yeah.
I think if it was anyone other than LA Knight, the match would have sucked hard because Bray's not that good of a wrestler. Simple as that. He's good enough to do moves. His in-ring psychology is weird. Like his movie monster psychology, impeccable.
Yeah.
His vignette psychology, the world building, that stuff, character work, incredible. Ring work, not the greatest. The shit they did with his makeup, though, that glow-in-the-dark makeup, and then the switch to the Fiend makeup, I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was a little tipsy and a little high, so I rewound it because I was like, what? Did I just see that shit? As soon as he flipped over, I was like, rewind. Oh, no, that's okay. Cool.
I know. I saw the screenshots and I was like, wait a minute. Is the Fiend back? Oh, no, it's just the makeup.
Yeah, but that was pretty fucking sweet.
That was awesome. That's so cool.
And then, of course, everyone's like knocking Uncle Howdy for totally flubbing that.
Oh, he was so far off. Yeah. And they keep showing that one camera. Like, stop showing that camera angle.
That was what I was going to say.
Stop showing that camera angle. Like, go low, and it looks like he's landing on him.
He missed him, but you have to film it. Like, here's
an aerial shot of the big botch thing.
It's
yeah, I mean,
what the fuck was it? Oh, was it? Did the Miz wrestle Undertaker?
Oh, probably.
Yeah, that's right. And they did a chokeslam spot, and they showed an overhead spot of the chokeslam, and then of course he landed clearly like on a whole bunch of boxes and shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And they did something similar with Jericho. They had a big bump, and they showed the stuff like that. And I was like, okay, well, first of all, yeah, there should be shit underneath them. There should be stuff to break their fall. I'm not in the ECW days or early Attitude Era where I'm like, yeah, no, jump on the concrete.
Mm-hmm.
What are you, a little bitch? No, I'm like, I want these guys to live. Okay? I don't want them to limp and possibly break their neck for a fucking wrestling match.
Yeah.
That's still fake. It's still, you still know who's going to win.
It's scripted.
And then they're like, oh, it's like, okay, well, A, don't show it.
Yeah.
B,
don't show it.
Guys, what'd you expect?
Like, come on, you learn something from Hollywood. Like,
yeah, exactly. Scene cut.
Yeah.
Cut away or shoot from a different angle.
Shoot
from any angle that
Tom
doesn't
Cruise,
show him 40 feet away.
Tom Cruise isn't really like doing this crazy shit without any protection.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, exactly.
But
when he's hanging off the plane, yes, he's hanging off the plane. But what you don't see is the amount of straps around the plane.
Exactly.
The harness that he's on.
Right.
Like, he could have let go and still would have been strapped on.
Yeah, because they're not going to fall to his death.
Yeah. But
yeah.
Anyway, so this is unprecedented. I've never been so excited to be a WWE fan in my entire life.
And it's hilarious because not 6 months ago, you were talking about being done after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Like, I'm canceling it.
Well, even this recent Vince stuff, I was like, if he's back, I'm done after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fucking peacing out. And I'm holding true to that. The second that there's word that he's in, I'm out. Because everything is going to go to shit.
Yeah. And
even if they sell it and there's that whole provision where he's got to be the guy who runs it and it's a private company, I'm out. You know what? I never thought of this until recently, but could you imagine being a female worker and your boss throws out non-disclosure agreements and money settlements because he's going to sexually assault you, right? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly sexually assault you, right? Then he's ousted.
Yep.
Suddenly, you're like, whew, yay, right? And he comes back less than 2 months later. Are you going to be happy to go to work?
No.
Why would you be happy to go to work?
No.
Great.
Yeah.
It's fucking geriatric, regardless of his age.
Yeah.
This is just a douchebag in power who thinks I can do whatever the fuck I want and has been able to do whatever the fuck he wanted forever.
Yep.
Right? Like, realistically, this is the only time somebody actually sat there and said, no, Vince. Can't do that.
Yeah.
That's all he is. The guy fucking showed up with truckloads of money to allegedly pay off police when Superfly Jimmy Snuka may or may not have totally 100% killed his wife. He never served any jail time.
Yeah.
Because Vince showed up with money.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck, right? What the fuck?
Yep.
So anyway, I'm not canceling anytime soon. But if he shows up again, and I mean, like, even if I hear, like, well, he was at Raw, but he didn't do anything, I'd be like, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. And
I don't care if he's there taking out the garbage.
Yeah.
Get out of that building.
Yeah. No.
Get out.
No, not at all. Not even close. In fact, when JBL was brought back on TV and hooked up with Baron Corbin, I was like, what is Vince doing on TV? What's he doing creative? Although he's out.
He's
Danielle's already out.
Yeah, he's out because apparently Baron's out too.
Well, I mean,
we'll see.
If
everyone hates you, they've never liked you, no matter what character you play.
But he's so well liked backstage. That's the thing.
It doesn't matter.
He's a nice guy backstage.
Okay.
They like him.
But
at very
that
least,
only gets you so far.
At very least, push him back down to NXT and see what happens.
There you go.
See what happens. Like, start looking at NXT as a place where you can go. You can rehab guys, but you don't have to take them off TV and out of the ring for months at a time.
Yep.
You just take them off main TV and put them there, and then see what happens. Like Apollo Crews is doing pretty good work down there.
Yeah.
Mandy Rose had the run of her career.
New Day's back there.
New Day, well, New Day.
I don't know what that's about. I guess I mean,
what else do they have to do?
Usos also need to lose their championships.
Well, that's well, yeah. Apparently,
there's other wrestlers outside of the bloodline.
Apparently, they might lose one of the titles at Elimination Chamber.
I can see it.
And then ultimately lose the other one.
Who are they up against at Elimination Chamber?
Well, that's just it.
Because tomorrow night's Braun and Ricochet, right?
Yeah, but that's just it. I mean, we don't know because Jay may or may not show up tomorrow.
Well, that's true.
You know,
maybe you lose it tomorrow.
But it might just be Solo, Sikoa, and Jimmy. You know,
could they do that though if it's a championship match?
Well, they did it with Sami Zayn.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess so.
So as it stands right now, I'm locked in for at least for the foreseeable future because
I'm locked into visiting you at least once a month.
Well, I can't really complain with that.
Whether you want it or not, it's happening.
Well, right now as it stands, I do want it. So
you do want it?
I want it bad.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Live. It's caught on camera by the entire world.
So that's it. I'm done with wrestling.
That's it.
All right.
That's all right.
Do it. Gods and Monsters, Slate 1, Part 1, whatever the fuck they want to call it.
DCU, DC Universe, DC Studios, DC Films. I've heard it so many different. I mean, what it's not is the extended universe. That is gone.
Or the Snyderverse. Also gone.
Yes. And I'm not one of those people. I just thought it'd be hilarious if I wore my Zack Snyder's Justice League shirt to talk about James Cameron's
Snyderverse
Gunn's
gone,
James Cameron's DC would be
Blue
awesome.
Beetle and Shazam.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman 3.
A little bit of favoritism and nepotism going on around here.
And Aquaman 2 are all still part of it.
Yeah. Right. I'm still trying to figure out how the Flash will reboot the universe, but Aquaman's getting released after.
Well,
maybe you should switch the release schedules around a little bit.
Just because they didn't say there's been reshoots.
Okay.
Doesn't mean there hasn't been reshoots.
That's true.
I mean, who knows? Maybe Henry Cavill's Superman was prominently displayed in Aquaman 2, and they were like, ugh. Can we get Tom Holland to be Superman and we'll superimpose him in there? The reason why I said that is because people are casting Tom Holland as Superman. Some people have cast him as Superman. I say no.
Oh, man. I say if they've been in a Marvel movie as another superhero, they don't need to be. You know what it is? It's James Gunn said he's not opposed to hiring Marvel guys to come over. So now everyone's like looking at the Marvel actors. Who could play who in the DC universe?
Which
I saw Karen Gillan as Wonder Woman the other day.
I would not be opposed to that one.
Mm-hmm.
Had it been like pre-Nebula, I'd have been like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but now,
I could get behind that.
A red-headed Wonder Woman.
I could get behind the idea of Karen Gillan as Wonder Woman.
You don't want to get behind Karen Gillan.
I mean, as long as it's consensual. Okay, look, it's just.
Let's put that out there. Oh, good timing. We got 2 viewers.
Yeah, your mom is slowly gonna start she's gonna just get out now. So
my mom is on, and she's telling my dad to turn on your laptop so they get another viewer.
Yeah. You know what? I love.
Hi, Mom.
That's great. Anyway, but thank you.
So all right. So we're gonna kick it off with Creature Commandos TV animation.
I like the idea.
I don't know anything about the Creature Command. Like, is there any actual heroes on this team that I would know?
So here's the thing. This is one of the few properties of comic books I know a little about.
Really? And yet it's kicking off this universe.
when I first heard it, I was like, "What?"
Yeah, when he said that first, I was like, "Oh, is this the way we're going?"
I was like, "Oh, okay." But one of the reasons I'm kind of okay with it because I mean it's totally in Gunn's wheelhouse, right?
And he wrote. I think he said he wrote this whole first season.
He wrote the whole first season, and if I remember correctly, Weasel is in this.
Right. So is the Suicide Squad not still around then?
No, Suicide Squad is still around.
But Weasel's very much. Oh no, he got away.
That's right.
He lived.
Remember, he
lived.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Right.
So that.
Right. Weasel is alive.
I think that'll work. But my only gripe is when he went. What we're looking to do is to get the same people that voice the characters to act as the characters in live action. And I was like, immediately, I was like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Because then you're going to hire a bunch of stars, like actors, who have never voice acted or have done very little voice acting. And then it's going to sound like shit.
Unless they actually get voice actors and give them a live action role.
But at the same time, though, that I feel is still limiting because you can get voice actors that can do amazing things, but visually don't look like these characters.
Right.
Okay. Like, here's an example. I love Mark Hamill. Okay. I don't think he's particularly a good actor unless he's playing the Joker.
I totally agree.
Star Wars, he's okay as Luke Skywalker, but he's not really doing anything much.
Yeah.
Like, he's acting the most in the younger ones, but the longer he goes, the more subdued he gets because, of course, the Force. And, you don't see too many flamboyant Jedi Masters.
Right.
In fact, you don't see any. Not one of them is like, I'm a master. Hey, Jedis. Who's got the Force in them today? Is it you? No, you don't see that.
You have Force in you? Would you like some? Allegedly.
Or consensually.
Consensually and allegedly. May the Force be with you.
But they end up becoming stoic, right? To be fair, you don't have flamboyant Sith Lords either. Which also would be funny.
Hey, it's my Auntie Linda. Hi, Auntie Linda.
Hey. But like I was saying, I actually watched him. I watched him in some like really shitty sci-fi movie, and
he was in a lot of shitty sci-fi, like late '80s and early '90s.
My God,
just a horrible amount of really bad shitty sci-fi movies.
He was also one of the Guybers. And
yes.
Like. Sometimes, like we talked about before, like you could be the best thing in a shitty movie, and people will go like, "Yeah, the movie sucked balls," but Christopher Walken was amazing in it, or whatever, right? He was just as shitty as the rest of them. Like, I'm sorry. Again, I love Mark Hamill, but as a voice actor, though, incredible, like so good. Unless he was playing the same character like in live action, but he was so good.
Yeah.
Well, even Kevin Conroy. He didn't do a lot of live action stuff.
Nothing.
He was very
he was planning on getting into live action. They got Batman.
And then his career became Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't necessarily agree with all of his thoughts on Batman, but that's fine. Those are his thoughts. Or his thoughts.
Yeah.
No, they are his thoughts because he is forever.
Yes.
There we go.
Conroy forever.
Yes, Conroy forever.
Yeah.
But he was an incredible voice actor. Okay. Now you watch Super Pets, and you've got Kevin Hart and The Rock playing lead roles, and they sucked dick in those roles.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, Auntie Linda. What I meant was they engaged in fellatio.
Okay, but you got like people like Troy Baker that can flip back and forth into both, right? I mean, I think the talent's out there, and James Gunn knows a lot of like those smaller actors.
Yeah, no, I'm saying
he's got a tight group.
At the same, like he does have a tight group. A lot of directors do have a tight group.
Yeah,
but I'm concerned, like, because like the Super Pets could have been better if they cast better voice.
Did you actually watch it?
No.
Oh, so you haven't?
I watched enough of it to know.
Okay, I haven't watched it yet.
I can't. It's bad. It's kind of like. Did you ever watch a B movie?
Oh yeah, it was Seinfeld. Yeah,
I love Seinfeld. I love Jerry Seinfeld.
Yep.
But his voice acting in that movie was terrible.
Well, he's just Jerry Seinfeld being Jerry Seinfeld.
Right.
And then they animated a bee over top of it.
Yeah, but they also forgot that like Jerry Seinfeld, I don't think really has emotions. Period.
No.
Like even in real life.
Yeah.
I think he's beyond that. He just doesn't experience it. So how can you emote something you don't experience?
True. You gotta put your mind inside of the bee.
I'm just saying. But that's just one of those things where I'm kind of like, I don't know about that.
Put a swear money jar on the table.
No, we're not doing that.
I don't carry my wallet to this room, though. I'm sorry.
Also, no.
Though it would be funny if you just added it up for humor's sake. $1 per swear. Let us know how much we would owe.
Well, you're saying we, but it's mostly me.
Yeah, well, that's true.
I know.
It's okay.
But regardless, so with Creature Commandos,
yeah,
the animated aspect, the fact that he wrote it, like I think it's going to be good. Like I think it's going to be really good. I think interesting to see what they incorporate in that world building to sort of set the tone. It's a weird way to start the.
It's really weird on an animated series.
It's a really weird way
to
start.
Like for me, in comparison's sake, all I really have to go off of is What If, Marvel's animated show, which is the one show that the MCU has done that I couldn't care less about. I've tried.
You only watched one episode.
I'm up to like 4 episodes now.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. I watch one every few months, and I'm just like, nope, can't do it. It's not entertaining. I don't, and maybe it's that thing too where they got the actual actors to play the characters, and it's just not working in a cartoon.
Well, that's the other thing. They didn't get a lot of the same actors though.
Oh yeah, they did.
Because Tom Holland wasn't Spider-Man.
Tom Holland was Spider-Man. Chris Evans was in there, and Scarlett Johansson was in there. Everyone else is there. Chadwick Boseman's there. All the Guardians are there.
I could have swore Benedict Cumberbatch.
Hemsworth is there. Benedict's there.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, I actually just watched this episode. Okay. It wasn't great.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's like.
It's a weird way to start.
It's really weird.
The only thing.
So when
my only like really big gripe is why start it that way.
I don't know. Like he said, Creature Commandos is a TV animation. And I was just like, oh. Wait.
Oh wait, what?
What? Okay.
Sure. All right.
I guess. I'm sure it'll be fun, but I'm also not really excited at all. So Weasel's in it, and who else? Anyone else?
As far as I know, it's just Weasel. That's like the only little interesting hook that I had.
Okay.
Obviously, we only know so much, right? So we'll know a little bit more, and hopefully have a better idea of where things stand. But it's the only other thing that I gotta say though. It's tough because, like, it's not like this is a situation where. How am I gonna say? I've never went through a Gunn property and was like, no, it's just like there's nothing good at all. Like even like Slither. Even with Slither, I have not watched it all the way through, and I always kick myself when I should. Right? Mm-hmm. Even if I didn't like that, I guarantee you, I would have tons of positives.
Yeah.
And it would just come down to like a personal preference type of thing. Like maybe the movie wasn't for me because it's a gore movie or whatever the case may be, right?
Yeah.
Not that that's the case because I love The Fly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, you got no problem with that.
Gore, and I'm not, like, oh, don't get me wrong. I've seen the movie a million times. And every time we get to the really hard scenes, I'm still just, like when he fucking pukes on the guy's ankle. And it eats through. Oh.
Cronenberg does body horror like no other. Oh. I'm not really into his movies. The Fly is good.
I think he's the only, that's the only one I really watched, but that's like his only like mainstream one too.
Yeah.
So he was.
I just watched Crimes of the Future, his new one.
Oh yeah.
So weird.
Well,
but it's basically about people like modifying their bodies and like stabbing each other and like getting horny over it.
Okay.
So it's kind of like.
Well, it's like Crash.
It's like Crash with like
too, right?
Existence. That other one he had with
Existence.
Is this it?
Existence.
Is that Existence?
Yeah. It's tough, eh?
Yeah. Wow. I mean, it's a weird movie.
It is.
I watched it once.
But it is a weird one.
Yeah. So yeah, Crimes of the Future. I wouldn't recommend it. But
it's funny, like I was like, I don't really watch Cronenberg, and then I'm just like, well, I've actually watched 3.
Yeah, there's 3 right there.
Crash was fucked. I remember watching Crash, and I was like, oh, okay, and then I was like, oh, you're into stumps.
Yeah.
And then I finished the movie. Like, okay.
All right, I'll go with it. I'll go with it.
Other than people getting off on car crashes, I couldn't tell you.
It's such a strange movie.
I couldn't tell you anything else. Yeah. I can't even tell you who's in it.
Yeah, it was like James Spader following up Stargate and Wolf with Crash.
That's right.
Because he did Stargate, Wolf, and then that. I was just like, whoa.
Stargate. Oh, Stargate.
Yep, Stargate.
The only movie from that one director that I actually like.
That's the only one? What about The Patriot?
What?
The Patriot.
Patriot.
With Mel Gibson.
And
Heath Ledger.
Really
didn't like that either?
Really
oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roland Emmerich.
Oh, yeah. It was, honestly, The Patriot was, it was an ego movie. Like,
yeah.
It was at the height of Mel Gibson's movie ego career, where he was basically just like, I can do everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you're like, you shouldn't. You don't have to.
It's true. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like, it's just I tried
The Day After Tomorrow. Don't like The Day After Tomorrow?
Oh no.
No,
Michelle does, but I don't.
Oh.
But Michelle also she likes his movies though. She does like his movies. Okay. It's Stargate?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Independence Day? No.
Yeah.
Independence Day, what was it?
Resurgence.
Resurrections?
No. Resurrections.
Resurgence?
Regurgitations.
There it is.
Regurgitations.
Because it pretty much is.
Yeah, it's a that's
updated Independence Day. Like it's a rebookal to the highest.
So wait a minute, the aliens have a queen and they look exactly like the alien queen.
So yeah, that was garbage. That was garbage though.
Yeah.
That was garbage.
I really tried to like it just because Goldblum was in there.
I was trying to
Pullman
like
was in there
just because, but no, it was garbage.
Yeah.
2012, garbage.
Yeah. 2012 is rough.
It's cool if you.
I love Day After Tomorrow though. I don't know. I like for me, that's a good one.
I also didn't like Deep Impact. And that was like that flip side.
Oh yeah, it's Armageddon.
Yeah.
Armageddon, Deep Impact were flipped.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else has he made? Moonfall. Don't ever watch it.
Moonfall.
It's his new one. It just came out. Oh, it's bad.
Who's in it?
It's so bad. It's man, I can't even remember. Patrick Wilson.
Oh yeah. No,
it's bad.
Did that movie, and I didn't want to watch it. So.
Yeah, it's rough.
Whatever. All right.
So yeah.
The only thing I'm gonna say is it's James Gunn, so
yeah.
It's probably gonna be good.
It's gonna be a show.
Yeah. It'll be a TV show.
It'll be a TV show. Yeah.
Streamed on whatever. Disney,
HBO Max until they cancel it.
Discovery Plus Max. I don't know what they're gonna call it. I don't even know how it's gonna work, but apparently I heard that they were gonna use the Discovery Plus interface instead of the HBO Max interface. And I was like, don't use the Discovery Plus interface. It's garbage.
I've never actually used that app.
Michelle does because she likes we watch a lot of Naked and Afraid. And she watches a lot of things like that.
Discovery Plus is in Canada, or you guys are streaming from the States?
No, it's Canada.
Oh, is it? Okay. Because I thought Discovery.
We don't do any of that VPN bullshit.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, I did VPN once just so I can watch Hellraiser on Hulu.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Was it worth it?
No. No, it wasn't.
The Hellraiser movies are largely garbage.
Yeah, it was good, but it wasn't worth the trouble that I had to go through to watch it.
So that's pretty much where I'm at. I'm like, okay, you know what? It could be good.
Yeah, I'm the same.
It's just a weird way to start the slate.
Yeah.
Or phase. I don't know why they're calling it slate instead of phase. Just say phase.
Just say phase.
It's not a Marvel word.
Yeah.
It's a word. People can use it.
He's doing everything in his power to not. not copy Marvel, even though it's the DCU because MCU is another thing.
Yeah.
Waller.
So I got nothing really.
I'm kind of bummed that Peacemaker season 2 got thrown aside for this.
Oh yeah, no, that sucks.
Because
we should already be halfway through Peacemaker season 2.
I know, because Waller is a cool side character. I don't really care to watch a whole series about her.
I will say though, because I made some notes, I love that Viola Davis is reprising a role.
Me too. I love Viola Davis.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
The fact that it features Team Peacemaker, also cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's written by one of the writers from the Watchmen and Supernatural. So Crystal Henry and Jeremy Carver, respectively. So there's some pedigree to it.
So I mean, okay, they got a good crew on board. I mean, it's probably going to be good if they do like a Creature of the Week type deal.
Well, I mean,
with like a backstory, just kind of weaving us through.
Yeah, I think that's the only way to do the Waller show. I hope that means that we get to see more of her niece, because I really liked her in Peacemaker. But I don't want to see too much.
So you said Teen Peacemaker.
This is just what they said.
Is that just another character called Teen Peacemaker?
No, I think that's they're trying to make that team at the end of Peacemaker called Team Peacemaker.
Oh, Team Peacemaker. Oh, okay.
Oh, not teen.
I thought you said teen.
No, team is in like.
I was like, well, I'm pretty sure the niece would be kind of young.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Team.
Yeah.
Peacemaker. Yeah. No, I'm down with that.
I don't want to see too much of the Peacemaker guys in there.
It's just really confusing though, because Peacemaker exists in the Snyderverse.
Does he?
Well, enough for Ezra and Aquaman to make an appearance at the end.
Yeah, but I mean, multiverse, timey-wimey bullshit.
So It's great that I said Ezra and not the Flash, and then I called Jason Momoa just Aquaman. Ezra and Aquaman.
Yeah, you named the guy that I won't name.
Yeah.
Or the person that I won't name. I'll misgender them, not intentionally, but because a lot of this hinges on the Flash, right? So we watched the Flash, and basically, my feeling is based on this is that they're gonna keep parts of the Snyderverse.
Yep.
And then they're gonna reject, because Shazam is he said wholeheartedly, Shazam is part of this, and he's like, it's the least part of the Snyderverse, and you're like.
Well, I mean, I guess so. Superman's logo was there, and that was pretty much it.
But even if you cut that scene out, he frequently references the Justice League.
Yeah, so Shazam is still part of this, and I'm like, good. The only one I don't really care about.
Yeah. So the weird part was including Aquaman and Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Because they're gone after this, and that's
he keeps beating around the bush. He beats around the bush with the Gal Gadot questions, though.
But
we didn't fire her. I was like, so what is she doing?
And that's why exactly. So that's even if they make Wonder Woman 3, they're saying that they are, and they're saying it's going to be part of this new slate. They're not going to tell us when.
Everything is so messy. It's like they're trying to clean it, but they're making it messier.
Yeah, just tell me right now.
Just
tell me. Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
gone. Just tell me that.
Is it gone? Tell me, is it gone?
Oh, you know why, eh? Because the Flash. It's all the Flash.
Oh man, yeah, I guess. But
what we have to do is watch the Flash.
He's making us watch the movie we don't want to watch.
It's the one movie I want to watch the least.
I know, but they're making it so you have to watch it.
Joke's on you fuckers. I'll wait till it streams. I ain't paying for it. I probably will, but I don't want to.
So, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
This is one of those ones where, if they mess around with the episode times, or lengths, so maybe Peacemaker's 8 episodes, but this one's 6.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
5 or something like
something
that.
Short. I would be okay with something short.
And especially because I feel like the only purpose for the Waller TV show is to tell us exactly what this version of Waller's going to be.
Yeah.
And that's it. So, because I have a hard time believing that we're going to have a season 2 or a season 3. It's really just however long this season is. It's a one and done, because her character will ideally show up in obviously in Peacemaker.
Yeah.
But then in other movies that are adjacent to that, or some way, whatever.
Yeah.
But kind of like Coulson, which I thought that the original DCU was trying to make her into.
Oh yeah.
Like the reverse Coulson, where she's shitty version of recruitment. But yeah, so I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Both of them so far are things I'll watch, but I really have zero excitement going into them.
Watch a couple episodes and get a feel for it, and then just go,
yeah, maybe. I mean, Creature Commandos. If it's, I mean, Gunn's writing it, so I'm probably gonna enjoy the hell of it.
Yeah, well, it's also animated.
Yeah,
so there's gonna be some bonker shit. Like that one is probably gonna be the more enjoyable one. Waller, I mean, this is cautious optimism, I guess, is the only thing I can really say.
But yeah, no, it's going to touch on Elseworlds. So they're still doing the Batman. They're still doing Joker 2. They're still doing Harley Quinn, the cartoon. Is that still going as part of Elseworlds?
As far as I know, the cartoon is so far safe. And apparently, I just heard that Constantine 2
is safe.
As of right now.
And Superman Lois is safe.
Superman Lois.
These are all Elseworlds. As far as we know,
Superman and Lois was only ever going to get a third season, so we don't know for sure if it's getting a fourth.
Apparently, they said third and fourth are safe.
Okay.
So 4 and done by the sounds of it.
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah.
If they could, but because then by that point, Superman Legacy should be coming around the corner.
Right.
God knows they don't want to have 2 different Supermans.
Yeah.
We have 4 Batman.
Yeah, like if Constantine 2 was canceled, I was gonna get so mad.
Because
I don't want another live action Batman reboot. It was canceled. And then they're like, no, it's not.
And that's how it was like.
I'm like,
everyone lost their mind, so of course they were like, no, let's not cancel.
Yeah.
Let's not cancel.
Everyone's wanted this for years, and now it's finally happening, and you're gonna say nope.
I didn't even know I wanted it until they announced it. And then I was like, yeah, you know what?
I wanted. The more I rewatch that movie, the more I love it.
It was really good.
Like
it was really, really good.
Just the mythology behind everything. The demons look awesome. Peter Stormare does like probably the greatest devil ever.
Well, never mind.
Ever.
What's her face is?
Oh yeah. That's right. Why am I? There it is.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Timothy
Chalamet.
Yeah.
You know what? He should be everything. He should be Superman, Nightwing, Batman. Fuck it.
James will hate you for saying that because he hates that guy.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe the body.
I think James has got a better body than him.
Yeah? It's there.
Yeah.
We'll touch on the next movie in a second, but we have a question going on in our comment section here. My aunt asks our thoughts on Cocaine Bear.
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm super pumped.
Yeah.
I'm super pumped.
That's the end of the month, and I'm definitely watching it on the big screen.
I actually saw the due date. Yeah, was it the 24th?
24th.
Yeah, 24th. And that's right. Yeah, because it's a Friday. And I was like, there's 2 things. One of the guys that's in that movie, I think literally got that role because he did this shit on TikTok.
Really?
It's the dude with the shitty mustache,
the
paramedic guy.
Yeah. He's a TikTok guy?
He does like this skit where because we worked in retail, right?
Right.
So they're like, hey, do you have it in the back? And he's just like, you know what? We don't have it in the back. We don't have anything in the back. Like he's saying the things that you've always wanted to say.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't have to come back here. Good. I don't want to see you here.
Oh man, wouldn't that feel good?
That
would feel good.
One of the things about the Power Center though was that you could do shit like that within reason.
Really? Did you ever do it?
I never did it, but I did set it up so that they could, like, the management could do it.
You alley-ooped it.
But yeah, so it was literally one of those where I was just like, this guy's being a fucking blah, 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 this and that. He's being an F and C and a F and B for some people that have tender ears.
You just saved a couple bucks for me. Thanks.
But all jokes, and what they did was they'd actually look at their sales history or purchase history throughout the years.
Yeah.
So like, and the guy literally said something along the lines of, "Do you have any idea how much money I spent here?" And immediately was, "Yeah, we looked it up, and you've been shopping with us for like 10 years, and you've only spent about $1,000 here. You return a lot of stuff. You buy a lot of stuff. You return a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you've only spent $1,000 here in the entire 10 years you've been shopping here." So, and
adios.
I was literally like,
Best Buy's across the road. Have fun.
that's pretty much how we got that role. I mean, I'm sure he's shucking and jiving.
Oh yeah, I mean probably, but
I mean,
it looks super fun.
Well, even the like I sent you the link on that Master of the Universe. The fact that it's obviously exaggerated, but a bear got into cocaine, and did that shit.
Yeah,
not to that extent, but I was like, it took this long to make the movie,
right? I was talking to a guy at work today, and he said, "Did you see the news? Like a bunch of cocaine dropped into the ocean." I was like, "No." He goes, "Yeah, cocaine sharks." Yeah. I was like, "Oh, that could be next year." Yeah. And then a year after, we have Cocaine Bear versus Cocaine Shark.
Exactly.
Make it a universe.
But
make it a universe.
Like I said, it'd been so long so that because like that article comes up every once in a while, and I'm like, oh, because the tagline of the meme has always been like, for 24 hours, that was the apex predator.
Yeah.
Because he was coked out, and all he wanted to do was fucking eat and kill. And what are you gonna do? Like, you can't.
What are you gonna do?
A coked out bear.
Yeah.
And then it took like 10 years for them to make the movie.
Yeah. And Elizabeth Banks is making it, of all people. That still boggles my mind.
Her quote though is funny. She's like, "This movie could kill my career."
Just openly knows that this could kill my career.
If I was on Twitter,
I
would have tweeted and said, "Your career survived Charlie's Angels, so you're okay.
You're all right.
You're okay."
But please, if
didn't she also produce Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
No. That was the what's his face, Paul and.
Do you think if Cocaine Bear fails, I should blame men?
I hope she does.
I hope she does.
You know what? I hope she does.
Because we were the reason Charlie's Angels bombed.
What? Well, no, I think we talked about this on the show. The reason why
we talked about it
was because they billed it as for women.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they pushed the movie. They were like, "This is for women. Women are badass. Men suck." Blah.
Yeah.
And then they went, "Why didn't no men watch the movie?" I don't understand why no men watch the movie. Yeah, because you told us not to. You told us it wasn't.
It basically said, "Go look at another movie this weekend."
You said we suck and that we shouldn't watch this movie. And I watched the movie and it was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay. I thought Kristen Stewart was the best thing in the movie.
You know what? She's really good.
But she's Kristen Stewart. Like, she doesn't get enough credit.
No.
But she's a really good actress.
Yeah. She did that Twilight thing once, like 100 years ago. So now she's in that same group with Robert Pattinson. You're a bad actor because you were a sparkly vampire.
And how dare you do this movie when you were young? They made you so much
money. How dare you?
Allowed you the freedom to do whatever you wanted in a movie career.
Mm-hmm. Ugh. Horrible.
Ugh. Now, granted, a couple of the movies she did in and around that time, she pretty much played the same character. Because I watched Adventureland, and she did a lot of this.
Yep.
Ugh. And she looked pensive, but then she looked sad. And then that was it. That was the movie. It didn't help that she was with Jesse Eisenberg, and he does the same thing in all his movies too.
Yeah.
He's an actor, but I wouldn't say he's a good one.
No. Definitely wouldn't say he's a Lex Luthor.
Oh man, you're a real good actor. You play yourself really good. You know who does that too? Eminem in the 8 Mile movie.
Yeah.
He played himself real good.
He was really great at playing himself.
Everyone tells me that. They say, "Oh, he was really good in 8 Miles." Like, has he been in anything since? No, because he's not Eminem in every fucking movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
let's start with a Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, Cocaine Bear. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I almost want to do Cocaine to watch Cocaine Bear, but I'm not going to.
At least you don't want to do a bear.
Well, who knows after I do cocaine? I might want to and feel like I could.
Never know.
I wouldn't be able to.
Stranger things have happened.
I wouldn't be able to, but okay.
All right. Superman Legacy. I like the title.
I like the title too. I think the title.
I like the title.
It's a weird title to start a new franchise on, but it's still cool. I like it.
Yep, it's cool.
I like that they're gonna go younger this time around.
Mm-hmm.
Around the mid-20s, which I'm fine with. I'm kind of hoping that instead of, because the most recent one, there's a bunch of younger actors that kind of look similar to Cavill.
Right.
I think all 4 or 5 of them, with the exception of one of them, almost looks like Cavill 10 years, 15 years ago. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, right? But I don't know, maybe do something a little bit more unknown.
I hope it's an unknown.
You know?
Actually, you know what? The kid from Brightburn's probably old enough now to play Superman.
Yeah, he might. You know,
Yeah.
I think this is a tough one for me. Like, I like that they gave a definitive date.
So yeah, we now know 2025.
Which, okay, that just gives me like just over 3 years.
So that's 2025.
Just over 2 years.
Aquaman's the end of 2023. So really, we only have Waller and Creature Commandos next year.
Yeah, even so Gunn is writing this one, and
I guarantee he directs it too. I think he's gonna.
I feel like he's gonna direct it.
I think he's gonna direct it.
I mean, I know he's throwing out Superman All-Star a lot.
Yeah.
Every single like picture that they show,
which is weird because that's not how you start a 20-something-year-old Superman movie.
Unless, and this is kind of the idea for Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is not so much the concept of the book, because of the book. Spoiler alert for everyone who hasn't read one of the greatest Superman stories of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Even Kenneth loves it.
True story.
I did this thing that women do where they hit on men.
Yeah.
They do that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're like.
And then you're like, oh.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, I just want to be friends. And you're like, what?
So do I. I'm married.
Yeah.
To a girl. But anyway.
Jeez.
I think more or less with All-Star Superman, he's looking at the character and like the tone of the book.
Okay.
Because like in Superman, like in All-Star Superman, like Superman himself, like he's confident, he's smart. Yes, he's strong, but he uses his brain all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like because he's super smart.
Yeah.
Right? And I wonder if they're going to touch upon like the ending where not necessarily Lex Luthor, but just the fact that like how Superman sees the world. His super senses are so heightened that he sees that everything is connected. Like he sees the inner workings of the world. That's one of the reasons why I became Superman, was because he knew that by helping people, it helped the world and of course everything.
Yeah.
You know, because if you help one person, you don't necessarily help everyone. But you do, because like I've always thought like this too. If I helped someone, right, I'm helping them because I want to help them, because I feel good helping them.
Right.
The side project, not side project, the side effect to that is they might go, wow, that guy helped me. He didn't have to, but he did.
Yeah. And
then they might look at that and go, huh, and help someone else out. And then it just kind of, spitballs from there.
Right.
Which it makes it easier to help people, even when you're like, the world sucks, right? But by helping that person, I'm going to make myself feel better.
Mm-hmm.
And it might make them feel better, which will in turn boost me too, because I'll be like, I made someone feel better, right?
I like making people feel better.
Why not?
It feels good.
Exactly.
Exactly. I will give gift cards to people for no reason.
Except for me.
Except you.
Actually, we exchanged gifts from time to time.
I mean, boom!
But yeah, so I think that's kind of the idea. They're kind of looking at it from like getting the sense of that character, that version of the character.
Yep.
So, because like even in that book, like he does deal with some heavy issues. He deals with Kryptonians that don't think like him. Hell, he even deals with a superpower, like a Kryptonian Lex Luthor, right? And it's all heavy. And ultimately, we're also dealing with the death of Superman and potentially the death of the Earth, right?
Right.
And
I don't think we'll...
No, we're not going to get that part.
Maybe in a trilogy near the end of it.
Optimistic
yeah.
thing. And I also would really love it if he incorporated some of the things that Grant Morrison had Clark do. Because in Grant Morrison's version, Clark is still bumbling and klutzy.
Yeah, yep.
But it's twofold. One, yeah, it draws attention from him possibly being considered Superman. But in the panels, every single time he is a klutzy idiot, he inadvertently, or not inadvertently, but he saves someone from dying. There's a scene that they show in All-Star the Animated, and it's straight out of the book, and he and Lois are walking down the street, and this is just after, this is like he's trying to get up the courage to tell her that he's Superman, and while they're walking across the street, he bumps into this guy, and he makes it look like, oh, geez, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. And of course, the guy's just like, hey, tell your boyfriend to watch where he's going. And she's like, well, he's not my boyfriend, you know?
Yep.
And because Clark bumped him, he stopped, shot his mouth off. A piece of a building fell in the spot he would have walked into had Clark not bumped him. So he saw this, bumped him, got all the verbal lashings, thing dropped, and the guy sees it and goes, huh, but goes about his day. He doesn't realize that he just saved his life.
I hope that's in the movie.
There's another scene later on. Lex Luthor's in jail, right? He's got a fucking baboon in a Superman outfit, typing some shit while he's like doing whatever. And there's a puddle of water on the floor. There's a frayed cord plugged in. Clark Kent accidentally trips on the cord, unplugging it before it goes into the water to short stuff out. And everyone's like, this fucking idiot. Meanwhile, he just saved like everybody in this room from getting electrocuted, all because he bumbled, you know?
Yep.
So I would love it if they did that. Because I don't like it when they have him being a bumbling klutz just for the sake of being the bumbling klutz. I get it. That's an old way of them trying to say, hey, I'm not Superman.
Yeah.
And it was really done perfectly with Christopher Reeve because he changed his posture, which they have quietly draw Clark with different postures. They change his voice. You know what I mean? Like literally he goes from like this to Lois.
Yeah.
Superman, you know, and you're like, oh, he's Superman, you know, but the bumbling to save people's lives is
that's really, really cool.
I know.
And see, Gunn being a big comic fan is going to help because he's, as much as I hate Tom King, I've heard nothing but amazing things about Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Yeah, and we'll get to that movie. We'll get to that movie, but still.
But I think he's going to use that as a template for this version of Superman.
Okay.
And hopefully that version of Clark Kent, and then just to kind of go from there.
Right.
So we'll see. That's the only thing that I'm like.
I'm
cautiously optimistic for, but this one I'm a little bit more optimistic than cautious because I feel like that's kind of the route where he's going to go.
It really helps that James Gunn's involved with this. For me, it does.
Me too.
Otherwise,
I
feel like I would be having the same feelings towards this I did with Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, fair enough.
But now knowing that James Gunn's on it, I'm looking forward to it. I hope they're looking at guys in their late teens for this movie because he'll be at the right age when they go to film.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
Don't look at guys like already nearing 30.
Yeah.
Because that's, And
as far as the costume goes, honestly, I don't think they should stray too far with what they did with Cavill's suit.
Well, James Gunn put a poll up on Twitter.
Yeah, he also said...
He says it's got nothing to do with the movie.
No, he also said there's no way I'm going to base the movie on a stupid Twitter poll.
But trunks were way higher than trunks.
But isn't Twitter infested with bots?
It is.
Yeah.
I don't want trunks.
You know, I don't want
trunks. I don't want trunks.
I would have said trunks right up until Man of Steel.
Yeah.
I was like, I was like, trunks. And then, like, even when they showed the first still, and that's that wicked shot of him coming out of that bank vault, and you're scanning in, and you're like, he doesn't have fucking trunks. Right? That's a screenshot for you. And then I watched the movie, and I'm like, why the fuck do I want trunks?
Exactly.
Why do I want trunks?
I wasn't happy when they came back in the comics. I don't want them back in the movies.
Yeah, even like I love the comics right now. Like the Superman run is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I don't want the trunks.
I don't want trunks.
I don't want the trunks. Like when New 52's costume came out, I wasn't a fan of the collar. Like,
I didn't like the collar.
It looks cool. It just doesn't make any sense because, well, you're not buttoned up to here.
Yeah.
You know, and then of course they changed it where it's like a nano suit.
Everybody had collars in the new 52.
Yeah. Yeah,
but it was like the pouches
and the trim around because the sleeves had to come up to here.
Yeah, so you had the
sleeves. So everyone's like this.
Yep.
Again, makes sense. And then of course trims. But like no trunks. I was like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, and even with the rebirth suit, the only thing I didn't like about that was that they darkened the blue and then did that weird like red trim for above the blue boots.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, just give him red boots.
Yeah.
Give him red boots and go.
Red boots is fine.
Just fuck off.
Red boots, good. Red cape,
boots,
whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Belt, no trunks.
I don't care if there's the yellow S on the back.
I don't care about that either.
I haven't cared about that.
I've never
in a
liked
long
that.
Time. I like it because I like the trunks, like the classic.
I like
Superman
it way back
suit.
in the 70s and 80s and 50s and whatever
That's
else.
what I'm saying. Like I love the classic Superman suit, but it's classic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have a perfectly modern suit, like the Batman v Superman suit for me.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I feel like they're going to put trunks in the Superman Legacy just to make it stand apart even more so from Snyder's. There's going to be trunks, and I'm going to hate it.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
All
right.
What's next, kind
right.
sir?
Okay. Well, right now we got Instaquestions. All right. So, Chris, here we go. What's the last thing you ate?
I had a bacon and Swiss Reuben from Man vs. Meat.
I've never been there.
Oh, they're awesome.
I take it there's a lot of meat.
Yes.
All right. Cool.
Men to make the
and men to make the meats.
Yes, they got a ton of selection. They got chicken sandwiches.
Oh yeah.
Like it's like on Skip the Dishes. It's like beef, pork, chicken.
Yeah.
I love Reubens, so I've been getting Reuben. That's the one I get. But today
I like Paul Reuben.
I also like Paul Reuben.
Mm.
Actually, no. I like Pee Wee Herman. I don't know how I feel about Paul Reuben.
That's true.
Paul Reuben might be
Paul Reuben. Yeah, Paul Reuben. Yeah.
You know, Pee Wee Herman seemed like a nice enough dude.
The Spleen was a good guy.
A little weird, but nice enough dude. But Paul Reuben, actually, Paul Reuben's probably a cool guy.
He's probably a cool guy.
And the worst thing that happened to him was he got caught jerking off in a porn theater.
Was it a porn theater?
It was a porn theater.
Oh, well, I thought it was a regular theater. I thought he was watching like Tim Burton's Batman Returns or something.
No, he was in that time period where there was porn theaters, and he was caught jerking off in a porn
theater. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, it was.
That's gross. That's actually really gross.
It's fucking gross.
That's gross.
Like, don't get me wrong. I'm playing it like what was he supposed to do? He was watching a porno. It's like, yes, and of course he was masturbating watching a porno. I get it. But
that's
today's Chris is like, but it's still you're masturbating in public.
Yeah.
You know?
That's gross.
Yeah, it is gross. But his career was fucking torched for that. And it's but you have some people dating 19-year-olds and they can still make movies. What?
I had salmon and green beans and homemade bread.
Very nice. Very nice.
That's what I ate. All right, next one. Chris, dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Dogs.
Me
too.
I love cats.
Dogs.
I love cats.
Yeah, I love
dogs.
Yeah. I've had both almost my whole life, but dogs. I don't know. There's like there's a bond with a dog that you don't get with a cat. Cats have like awesome, crazy personalities.
You can still get a bond with cat. I had a couple of bonds with some.
I had a bond with Max too, but I don't know. It's not like a tightness for me.
Well, no one really had a bond with Max.
No. Oh.
You were close.
I was close. I was close to a bond.
Closest thing because he really tried hard not to kill you.
He tried. He succeeded. I'm still here.
Yeah.
He's a good boy. Max.
Great. That was like one of the coolest fucking cats, but also one of the fucking weirdest and scariest cats.
Yeah. He pulls like poltergeist stuff.
Yeah, I was just about to say like fucking ninja-esque, like spook bullshit, but poltergeist. I like
poltergeist.
That. I like that. Yes.
Yeah. No, he was a crazy cat.
Well, my sister's cat, Elf.
Oh, Elf. Yeah.
I had a bond with him immediately, and it was crazy. Super nice cat. Like he was the cat that would sleep like this, like each arm, like as if he was hugging me while he was sleeping on my chest. And that's how we bonded. I was lying on the couch watching a movie. He went, and I was like, "Oh, hi." And then I was just like, well, because I'm not a pussy. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then he just went
and that was it.
on either side.
Oh, that's cool.
And I was like, oh my God, I think I just fell in love with this cat. Oh my God. And yeah. And then when we had to put him down, I cried like a fucking bitch. I only knew that cat for a couple months.
That's really cute. That's cute. When Max did that to me, I was always scared.
Well, yeah.
Because it usually led to this.
Yeah.
On the chest. Ow!
Yeah. You're like, hey, dude, you're doing that through a blanket?
Yeah.
Through 2 of my shirts.
Stop! It hurts so bad.
And yeah, if Max ever was like this on me, I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, I think I fell in love. I'd be like, Kenneth, it was nice knowing you. Because 2 slashes and then he's just drinking the blood. But yes, ultimately dogs over cats.
All right. Your biggest insecurity.
Ooh, I don't know if I want to say that.
That you feel like sharing. Mine, my whole life was my back hair. Now I don't care, but growing up, that was a huge insecurity for me.
Well, yeah.
I don't think I really have a real big insecurity anymore.
No, for me it was height.
Like now?
For me it was height.
Growing up I did, but now I don't.
Yeah. I was really, really self-conscious about my height right up until about 25, 26. I think
late? I feel like you got over it a little sooner than that.
No, I wore it well. But I got to a point where I literally was just like, well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Are
you gonna be pissy about this for the rest of your life? Or are you just gonna fucking deal with it? Or like get over it? That's really what it was. It was like you're just gonna get over it because it's like even now, like, because I'm on Reddit and stuff like that, and you see like a lot of like memes or threads about short guys on dating apps and stuff like that, and it's just like, are you 6'1"? Get the fuck out of here! And you're like, yeah, okay. Like I look back and I go, like, if I had to date through that system at that age, I'd probably be a little bit more fucked up about it.
Yeah, I can see that.
But because I wouldn't be thinking of it like, yeah, okay, but that's not every woman.
Yeah.
And also, while we're on the subject, it's okay if she doesn't want to date you because you're short, okay?
Yeah.
Because, like, you're going to have reasons that you don't want to date someone, and that's okay, too. So,
yeah.
And it was literally like, yes, so the height was the one, and ultimately it was just like, well, what are you going to do? You can't do anything about it. People like you.
Well, going like with height and women and stuff, was there ever a point where you wanted a woman that was shorter than you? Or were you always like, I'm going to be with someone taller and that's that?
No, there were women that I was interested in that were around my height or shorter.
Was it because of the height or was it just?
No, I was just a weird guy that I like talking to women. And
that is a weird thing guys do.
No, but here's the weird part.
Yeah.
Like I liked obviously initial attractions and stuff, but I liked getting to know them. So, and then that's usually how I'd start to really like them.
Okay.
Because I would get to know them.
Yeah.
But the flip side was, because I was, I had all these internal height issues, I was a nice guy. So I'd be really, really nice to these girls. Not like the nice guy of today's standards.
Yeah.
Suddenly be like, oh, fuck you, you fucking bitch. Oh, I'm so awesome. No, I mean, like, I would just be really, really nice. But too nice, like doormat nice.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I know exactly what you're talking about because I was doormat nice a few times myself.
Exactly. Yeah. So remember, like, downstairs we were talking about how, like, you meet really, really, really overly nice people. You're like, okay, what's going on here? What are you hiding?
Yeah.
That's how I feel like they were coming across. Or better yet, I was doing such a good job of being their friend, right? I was putting myself in the friend zone.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh shit, like, and you're like, I want to get out of the friend zone. I like you and I want to date you. And they're like, I've only ever thought of you as a friend.
Yeah.
So sorry, no.
You're too nice.
And then you're like, oh fuck, I gotta.
Yeah.
But so there was girls. I never really had like, don't go too tall or don't like. Obviously, if she was like 6'2".
Right.
But having said that, if I was attracted to her and I thought she was a good person, I'd probably still talk to her. Still, maybe, who knows?
Yeah.
Make some joke about climbing that mountain. But yeah. So height would definitely have been my biggest insecurity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. The irony of such a small thing is my biggest. But even there are some days, every once in a while, where it kind of creeps in. It just kind of, like if you have like a fat day or whatever. Like sometimes I have like a short day where I'm just kind of like something will happen, and that old Chris that's kind of lurking in the background will kind of go, "Oh yeah, remember that feeling?"
Just a slow turnaround.
Remember when you
hello, Chris.
like a giant loser? Yeah, it's been a while. You small, minuscule loser. Everyone's looking down at you, and you're like, "Well, yeah, they kind of have to.
Yeah.
It's not what I meant." So. But yeah,
that's good. That's the Instaquestions. Thank you very much.
Now we just give people the means to fuck with us.
Yeah, I mean, I do have more later on if we got the time, but for now, that is our little
Instaquestions where you ask and we answer. That's my Bill Murray impression.
That was great.
It's not bad.
That was really great.
It's not really an impression. It's more like inspired by.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, an inspiration.
Yeah. Most of my impressions are more inspirations. I'm in for that one.
Oh, lanterns?
I'm in for lanterns.
As soon as he said it's like True Detective in space, I was like, I'm in. That sounds so cool.
The only thing that I would have changed, because it's a live action TV show, is I would have done that long rumored training day version. So season 1, Hal Jordan getting trained by Sinestro.
Okay, yeah.
Season 2, Hal Jordan training Jon Stewart, and maybe even Guy Gardner.
Okay.
Only because that'd be fucking awesome. Could you imagine Sinestro like cruising around with Hal Jordan, gives him some drugs and gets him high just to just be like, dude, we gotta get high because we gotta talk to these this fucking aliens. And then he's like, I can't believe you got high. Did you see me smoke? I didn't do anything. Like Ethan Hawke. Ethan Hawke loser, but that's the only thing I would have said. But
King Kong don't got shit on me. Okay, there's Sinestro. Okay, chill up, dude.
It's what's his face.
They actually get Denzel to play Sinestro.
Or Denzel's son. I would take that.
Yeah, that'd be good too.
I would take that too. But yeah, no, I was in. Buddy cop with those two, and it's in space. Sign me up.
Yeah, I am
up.
so in for that.
Especially because like he's a huge Grant Morrison fan.
Mm-hmm.
If it's close to the spirit of the Grant Morrison 2 seasons of Green Lantern, because that's bonkers.
I heard that for this they're pulling from the Earth 1 series.
Oh, that's the only one I didn't read.
I haven't read it either. But apparently it's really good.
Except I even read the Titan one. The
really?
Titan's shit.
Yeah, it looked like crap. Shit. It looked like a filler series.
It was. I read it and I was like, this shouldn't have been made.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like to the people that did it, if you made money, I hope you made money, but because it wasn't for me. But I was like, no.
Yeah, no. I mean, Batman was fantastic. Superman was fantastic. I never read Wonder Woman either, though. Was Morrison's Wonder Woman good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Superman both Superman and Batman. Superman was the best out of. Wonder Woman was the best out of all of them.
Really?
That I thought.
I got to read that
because it was just a crazy like. Well, he treated Amazon or Themyscira like is an entirely female society.
Mm-hmm.
So like ships were shaped like boobs instead of penises. Like it was just kind of all.
What was shaped like?
Like the ships were shaped more like boobs or like fallopian tubes or something like that. Because you know how rockets are always like penis shaped, right?
Is that on purpose though?
Sorry?
I just thought ships were made that way to go over waves easier, not because it looked like
I meant like
a penis.
Airships.
Oh, an airship.
I bet.
Okay. All right. I was gonna say, how do boob boats float?
Well,
I mean, I guess
boobs float.
They float, but you wouldn't really get too quick anywhere. Well, I mean, I guess if they're but
I don't know. I don't know. You don't really.
Yeah.
You're not looking to go places for. You want to hang out.
You just could chill on the ship for a bit.
Hey,
no, you guys could go ahead and get off. I'm gonna rock on this boat for a while.
I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
It's on.
You're on the boo boat.
I'm on the boo boat.
You're on the boo boat. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Although knowing my luck, it'll be the one time where there's only dudes on the boob boat, and I'll be like, "Fuck! I got on the wrong day. All these other dudes."
Everyone had the same idea.
It's like when they call in those group sex chat lines, and it's all the dudes.
Yeah.
Where's the ladies? Yeah, you're idiots.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. The art was awesome. The story was awesome. I liked the first issue of Superman Earth. Well, the first two I thought were good, really good. The third one, not so good.
Shane Davis didn't do the third one, right? Or did he do all three? I thought he left the third one.
I can't remember the third one too much.
Okay.
The Batman one, I didn't like the Batman.
See, I did. I thought it was cool.
Aside from the art, I thought I liked the art, obviously.
I loved Alfred.
It's Gary Frank. Hated Alfred.
You hated Alfred.
Hated Alfred. I also hated, like, I know they were going for super realistic Batman.
Yeah.
But this guy sucked. He sucked. The second one was all right. And was there a third?
There was a third. The third just released last year, I think.
I don't think I've read that one then.
Okay.
I definitely didn't read the Green Lantern.
And I think there was one other Earth One book too that I'm forgetting.
There's Green Lantern, there's Titans, there was 2 Wonder Woman.
Yep.
There was 3 Superman, 3
Batmans. There wasn't any Justice League or anything.
Was there an Aquaman?
Maybe Aquaman did have one. I gotta look.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, if that's kind of this, I'll have to read that one to kind of feel for it. But the only reason why I suggested the Morrison one was because, like, he had Liam Sharp doing the art, and it was just like 80s sci-fi space.
Oh, Sharp's on another level.
And I was just like, yeah, sign me up for all of this. This is crazy good. So
yeah. Oh, Aquaman did have one.
Oh, it was, eh? Let's see the cover. Oh, you just went to.
It's not out yet. Francis Manipul's doing it.
Oh yeah. I heard about. I remember that one.
Okay.
That was announced a while ago. I don't think that'll ever get made.
Probably not. Eh?
No.
So yeah, no, that's it then.
So it's just the 10.
Just the 10, yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
By the time.
Wonder Woman's got 3 volumes.
Oh. Okay.
Third one just came out last year. 2021. Yeah.
Yeah, the second one was okay. Like, it wasn't as good as the first, but it was still really good. But when Green Lantern came out, I remember I was just kind of like, ugh, because like I had read the third Superman and I was like, ugh. And I read the Titans and I was like, ugh. And I read the Batman, the second Batman. I remember being like, it's better.
Yep.
Because I told you about that one.
Mm-hmm.
He did the different take with Two-Face.
Yep.
I was like, it was better, but it was really just Gary Frank art for me.
Oh man,
Gary
Frank's on another level.
I like Jeff Johns, but he's hit and miss for me.
Yeah, but Gary Frank's always.
Oh yeah,
always hitting it. Yeah,
always. He can draw something with his broken drawing hand, and I'll still be like, awesome. I want more of that.
Gary Frank does abstract. Today I drove my left hand.
Yeah.
Lanterns. I'm in 100% in for Lanterns. This one, The Authority.
That was a weird one for me.
It's a weird one.
It's
So you're gonna do The Authority before the Justice League in this universe?
Yeah, I guess if the other part too was like because when The Authority first came out, it was part of the Wildstorm slate section of DC.
Yeah.
But it was its own section.
It was its own little pocket. Just over here by itself.
It was the Wildstorm imprint from Image brought over to DC.
Mm-hmm.
And then so he was doing his own thing there. So it was all in that world. It was fine. So, I mean, like, unless they're just referring to when the Authority was brought into New 52.
I mean, they got to be going off of that, right?
But even then, again, like, I like your point. You're going to do this before the Justice League?
Yeah.
Like, is that
or
how
even
you're going
Titans?
to show that the Justice League is better? Because, like, this is a team of killers.
Yeah.
Like,
and not to mention a team of killers that all have pretty much the same power sets of the Justice League characters. So now when Justice League does happen, right? I mean, Midnighter is basically just a Batman wannabe.
I love how they've never had those two fight.
Yeah.
Because based on Midnighter's powers, he would destroy Batman.
Yeah. Oh, his power. He's cool.
Oh, but
I'm excited to see Midnight.
But prep time. Batman.
Yeah.
He had lots of prep time. He'd be able to still get destroyed by a guy that can literally see every single outcome.
Yeah.
And knows which one.
How do you beat someone like that?
Well, in Grayson,
you drop a plane on him.
In Grayson, he beat him.
Midnighter was in Grayson? Oh, that's cool.
He actually, so at Grayson, part of the thing with Grayson was they had these things called hypnos.
Yeah.
Where they could scramble their face.
Okay.
So you would see just a swirl, right? And like conversations would only last, like in your head, you would like the meeting with them would last like seconds or something because you'd walk away and all of a sudden be like, I don't really, who the fuck was that guy, right? Mm-hmm. Midnighter saw through that by recognizing Dick Grayson's ass. he actually said, and I quote,
"Are you kidding me?
I swear to
God,
you
recognized Dick Grayson's ass."
He calls him Dick Grayson. He calls him Dick or something like that. And Grayson's like, "How the hell did you?" He's like, "I'd recognize that ass anywhere." That's fucking funny as shit. And it's even funnier too because, of course, for people that don't know, Midnighter is super gay.
Super gay. Yeah.
And Apollo, super gay.
Yeah.
Not flamboyant like that Jedi that was on earlier.
With the Force?
Who's got the Force? Do you? You want some? I can put it in you right now.
Feel the Force.
Oh, don't give me that pink saber. You know I like it purple. Jesus Christ.
Anyway. Yeah, so yes, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it depends. Like, I honestly, if this is one of the more like Elseworlds type titles, because like the live action of the first 6 issues of the original run would be pretty bonkers to see. But again, I do feel now the more I talk about it, I think they're going to do the New 52 version because Millar wrote the original one.
Yeah.
And
Millar
got a little heavy in that one too.
Yeah.
Because there was superhero rape in that one.
Ellis did it too, right? Didn't he follow Millar?
Yes. Yes, he did.
I don't know. I feel like
but there was definitely superhero rape for sure.
Oh, yeah.
It's Millar writing it. Of course there's rape.
Millar can't go 10 years without putting rape in one of his books.
Alan Moore.
Yeah. Freaking British people are weird. Or Scottish or...
Well, yeah, they're both. Well,
Millar's
British and Millar's Scottish. Regardless.
I don't know. I can't. I'm not really excited about it at all. Honestly, if they're going to dig into Wildstorm, I would have much rather had Planetary as a film.
Yeah, agreed. 100%.
Would have much rather had Planetary.
100%. And I'm not even familiar. Like, I've never read any of the Planetary books.
Yeah.
But I know enough about the concept of it where I was like,
yeah, no, Planetary is awesome.
Super secret government sci-fi Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
what?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, and just to see that Elijah Snow live action.
Yeah.
Terrence Stamp, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Before he dies, did he die? He might have died.
Terrence Stamp? No, I think he's still kicking.
Good.
I think he looks pretty much the same as he did 30 years ago.
I was gonna say
he's always been old. He's one of those guys that's always been old.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm with you. Like. Honestly, I hope it does well. Like, honestly, all this stuff I hope does well. This is just one of those ones where I'm like...
Yeah, this is at the bottom of my list.
It's a weird one.
Yeah.
A weird one.
Next up is Paradise Lost. Definitely in for this.
I've been in for that one since they were talking about it after Wonder Woman.
Yeah. So, I'm 100% in for this.
I've heard conflicting reports, though, where it's supposed to be set hundreds of years in the past.
Oh.
And then most recently, I've heard that it's not going to be that far in the past, and that Wonder Woman may or may not actually be in it, like a young Diana.
Oh, okay.
May or may not be in it. But either way, just the concept of seeing the mascara.
I can see it being modern day with no Diana.
Yeah.
She'll be mentioned. I think they would focus on that Yara Flor, that Wonder Girl, that new character.
Oh, that would be a great way to do it. Yeah.
I could see her being in this.
Yeah. And also, like, slyly building her up to be Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I would definitely do that.
I'm already in, but that makes me want to be even more in.
Yeah.
I want to be deeper.
Can you get behind her on this one?
Yeah, can I consensually get behind you on this issue?
Yeah, no, Paradise Lost.
Yeah,
I'm so in. I want to see more of that world in the worst way.
All of those flashback sequences that they did in Wonder Woman.
Well, especially in 1984. Like,
that's the best.
That was the best part of the movie. Like, when that beginning part ended, I wanted more of that.
You had no idea until you watched the rest of the movie, and then you're like,
oh, why can't we just? Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, no, that was just, and like the entire sequence in Justice League,
the
extended sequence in the Snyder version, like all of it was just like yes.
Yeah.
So I don't even care. Give me a movie, give me a TV show, do something. And even the fact that they're referencing Game of Thrones as an influence.
Susie said, I mean, they really didn't even have to say Game of Thrones.
No.
I mean, it's already kind of Game of Thrones. There's swords and there's horses and
plus it's like
fantasy,
Amazons. They never touched upon it in the movies, but like we could be talking Zeus.
Yep.
They mentioned Ares.
Yep.
He was the bad guy in the first one. So you've got Zeus, you've got all these other gods, plus you got Minotaur, Cyclops,
everything.
Cyclopses.
Yeah.
Whole bunch of shit.
Yep.
And you could possibly use that as a way to introduce Batwoman, because she was Batman / sci-fi or supernatural shit.
Yeah, I'm excited for this.
But yeah,
I think pretty much from all the announcements, this and Lanterns are like pretty much near the top of my I want to watch those.
It's all this getting behind stuff. So this is a weird.
It's like you felt the force for a second there.
I have to stop because I'm gonna get shit.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna be like, dude.
First live.
Yeah, anybody that sees
I can't tell if this guy's really homophobic or really homosexual. I can't tell which one.
Or weirdly for them.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm all for. I'm for people in general. I just want people to be happy.
Peace to the peoples.
Yeah. So now we start getting into another weird one.
The Brave and the Bold. As soon as you said Batman is still a thing, but it's over in the Elseworlds. But we're gonna be doing this with Damian. I was like, I don't give a shit.
See,
I don't care to see any more live action reboots of Batman.
This is probably the one that's the most fucked up because they make a point of saying it's not the Matt Reeves Batman.
Yep. So
I'm like, okay, all right. So, but then it's like, do we put this in the Elseworlds category, or is this are we still doing the DC movies and then Reeves's Batman is over here, right?
Right.
Is that what we're doing, or which is which? Because a lot of people were going this is where I'm saying Tim Drake and Jason Todd are getting the short shaft here, because you could do The Brave and the Bold, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is a film, so you can do that, and you can show Damian as Robin.
Yep.
Right. And in the background, you can have fucking a Nightwing reference or a Dick Grayson reference. Okay. And then you can also do Dick Grayson movies off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people were saying, well, that means that Dick Grayson's going to be Nightwing and we're going to be robbed of the transition from Robin to Nightwing because that's such a core part of his story. It's like, yeah, it is. Which is why you would tell that story in his own fucking movie. You introduce the character and then you back it up. You introduced Wonder Woman in Batman v Superman.
Yep.
Then you did an entire prequel movie that had nothing to do with Batman v Superman. You do something similar and do that transition. But the other thing a lot of people say, it wasn't just the transition from Robin to Nightwing. It was the transition from Robin away from Batman. Because it was Batman and Robin.
Yep.
Robin started getting older. He started hanging out with the Titans
because
the Teen Titans, because they were like him, teenage sidekicks. And eventually they were like, there's more of us. Well, let's hang out and just be us without those fucking adults, right? And then they started being Teen Titans, and then it became his time with the Titans was starting to take away from his time as Batman, and that's where the clash came. And then after that, because he was still Robin for a bit, but he was like, I can't be Robin anymore. And then because of Slade, that's when he became Nightwing. So there's more to it. Don't tell me that story in this movie. Tell me that in Nightwing's movies.
Yeah.
You know? But having said that, if this is an Elseworlds, then it doesn't fucking matter anyway.
I don't think it's going to be an Elseworlds because the Batman's already in Elseworlds.
Oh, so the Batman is Elseworlds.
The Batman is Elseworlds. This is in the same universe as Superman Legacy.
So then again, now regardless of the Nightwing stuff, because the Nightwing stuff you can do.
You can still do it.
But you sacrifice Tim Drake and you sacrifice Jason Todd first and foremost.
Yeah.
And then you sacrifice Tim Drake. I'm a huge Tim Drake fan. Like, he's still one of my favorite superheroes, comic book characters, period. Okay? Regardless of what's going on with his book right now and his status for the last, like, fucking 10 years since the New 52, it's just gross. Like, it's just gross what they're doing.
Well, the Red Robin was kind of his last good run, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, I mean, it's one of those where they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot because, of course, Jason Todd's got his fans. So they can only do so much with Jason Todd. They can't really get rid of him because people will fucking riot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The same with Tim Drake. You could push him in other directions, but you can't really get rid of him. But for some reason, you can't give him a new code name and an actually new distinct costume.
Yeah. Why can't he just go back to Red Robin?
Why can't he just go back to Red Robin? And why can't he have the fucking last version of that costume that he had at the end of that book?
Red Robin was awesome looking. That costume was
great. Sleek, like red and then mostly black.
Yeah.
You know? Fucking.
And he stood apart from the rest of them.
Exactly. Like, such a good run between Christopher Yost and Fabian Nicieza.
Oh, that's no surprise. Both amazing writers.
And then, like, the first 5 issues are rough because Ramo Bach is doing the art, and he doesn't suit the book. He's a good artist, doesn't suit the book.
No.
But then when they switch to Marcus Toe, boom. Anyway, the fact that this is going to be the new establishment of Batman and Robin, they should have just called it Batman and Robin.
It's also weird using the Brave and the Bold. That was never Batman and Robin.
No.
Brave and the Bold was always what? Batman and Superman?
No, it was...
That's World's Finest. Who was Brave and the Bold? Oh, Green Arrow, right?
Green Arrow and Green Lantern.
Yeah.
No, Brave and the Bold, I think, was just an anthology type. But then it was the Brave and the Bold cartoon for Batman.
Brave and the Bold.
But that was literally, I think it was called Batman the Brave and the Bold.
Oh, yeah, there was. Brave and the Bold. Let's check out some comic covers. Yeah, it's kind of like an anthology type deal.
Yeah, most versions, but let's see.
But I mean, like, they probably had the most versions focusing on Green Arrow and Green Lantern.
At your money characters, right? So
yeah.
Batman is obviously going to be one of them.
I mean, the last Brave and the Bold was Batman and Wonder Woman.
That's cool.
Leon Sharp did it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. I still didn't want to read it, though. Because I am good.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, I don't know. Title's weird. Title's very weird.
I mean, I know that, again, what I've read is he's referencing Grant Morrison's Batman and Robin run.
Yeah, he's all about the Morrison, eh?
I don't blame him. But, yeah, I mean, the first chunk of that run was Dick Grayson's Batman.
Exactly. So. In fact, when they were talking about this, like during the announcement, they were showing pictures of Dick Grayson's Batman.
Obviously.
It's like, you guys know that's not Bruce, right?
Yeah.
Even
if I didn't know.
I don't read the book and I know that's not Bruce.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's Batman, so I'm in. But I'm hesitant is where I'm at with this one.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, me too.
It's the canon, like their official canon one, is kind of what bothers me because it does shortchange a couple of characters because there's no Batgirl, there's no spoiler, there's no, and I'm not even saying like just Barbara Gordon Batgirl. I'm also saying like
the whole lineage.
Oh, what's her face? Cassandra Cain.
Yeah.
Cassandra Cain's Batgirl would be perfect to bring up. Because then we can wash the taste out of our mouths.
Or even Batwoman. You could do Batwoman.
I mentioned Batwoman. Batwoman.
Batwoman.
That would be great.
Bunch of Batgirls. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because like after I looked at this slate, I found I was more interested in some of the TV shows.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Booster Gold. I've never really been a huge Booster Gold fan.
No, me neither.
So I'm not really interested in this.
I like the concept of the character is kind of cool. I like the idea of this guy from the future.
Yeah.
This loser.
He's a loser.
Loser
yeah.
Goes back into the past, like steals a bunch of shit from the future.
Yep.
Goes back into the past to become the greatest superhero of all time.
It's a hilarious concept.
It's a hilarious concept.
As a movie or TV show, it's probably going to be pretty funny.
Well, Gunn referred to it as imposter syndrome as a superhero. Which I was like, I mean, that concept is all right.
Yeah.
It just, I feel that concept robs the character of a lot of the heart, like the funness to it. Because, like, imagine being like this fucking loser, stumbling upon time travel, and then going, oh, wait a minute, I can be a big shot, instead of like going through like, I'm not really a superhero. I'm not really, because it's like, well, you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
But you're still a superhero type of thing. But this was one of the ones I thought was hilarious because guess who was one of the ones that they were casting for this one? The stunt cast. Or no, a fan cast.
Oh, fan cast?
Yeah.
Who?
Chris Pratt. I'm like, make up your fucking minds. Do you hate Chris Pratt or do you love Chris Pratt? And do you hate Chris Pratt and his relationship with Gunn or are you okay with it? Make up your fucking minds. Also, no. I love Chris Pratt. No. I want a younger guy. I want a younger guy for that.
Oh man, there was fan casting on Twitter too, and there was one really good one. I was like, yes, but
was it Tom Hardy?
I forget who it was. It Tom Hardy.
He still may or may not be Bond.
Tom Hardy. Yeah, I don't know. Booster Gold.
Booster Gold that's one of those. I'll have to see it. Like I'll have to see something. Like for the Booster Gold fans, I hope it's great. I hope it's everything.
Oh, me too. Me too. I know a couple people online that's their favorite character, and I'm happy that they're finally going to get to see their favorite character. But for me, I'm more stoked.
Sorry, go on.
Talking favorite characters, I'm more stoked to see Hugh Jackman come back as Wolverine because I know he's going to be in the blue and yellow, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, for like 2 seconds.
I'll take the 2 seconds.
I would too.
I will take those 2 seconds.
I'll take it too. Like the only other cool part, actually not necessarily only other cool part. It'd be kind of cool if they actually also did Ted Kord's Blue Beetle and did the buddy bullshit.
Yeah,
those guys.
Yeah,
like even did the blah from the Kevin.
That would be funny.
Of Justice League International was it? No, it was Justice League International.
Yeah.
The one where that's the one where like Gardner's. It was Justice League International. And Batman one punches Gardner. So, I think that could be good if I would rather it be a little bit more lighthearted. Like the imposter syndrome superhero thing. Like that's an interesting hook.
Yeah, but
I prefer the fact
I want
that
lighthearted.
Loser.
I want lighthearted.
Loser going back and trying to be
like
a hero.
This should be the She-Hulk attorney law of this universe.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I mean, and people hate that show, and I don't know why because I thought it was funny.
People hate that show because it made fun of them. I think that's because first of all, regardless of the bots or whatever, the people that actually did legitimately hate it, they were already hating the show before it came out.
Yeah.
So, it didn't matter what the show was about. They were hating it because, for whatever reason.
Right.
So, there was already fuck you, this is going to suck, right?
Yep,
so, of course, they watch every episode and go, it fucking sucks. It's so fucking stupid. I fucking thought it was hilarious.
And yet, it's so comic accurate.
I thought it was hilarious that they were shitting all over the twerking scene.
I laughed.
You know, my favorite part about that, though, was before the episode came out, they made it seem like it was a prominent part of the episode.
Yeah.
It was the stinger.
It's after the credits.
It was the bullshit stinger at the end that meant nothing. And I was like, that's fucking funny.
Yeah.
That's fucking funny.
And everybody's just blowing it out of proportion.
Megan Thee Stallion's on the show, and you're not going to have her twerk? If she didn't twerk they would complain that she didn't twerk.
Right.
But she did. Oh, but then She-Hulk twerked, so now it's bad. It's like, what the fuck? Like, sometimes I can
make up your mind.
I can understand, like, getting back to Nightmare real quick, I can understand, or actually just in general, how these people sometimes are hesitant.
Yep.
Because comic fans are so fucking crazy. Actually, geek fans in general are so fucked up. Sometimes they don't even really know what they want.
And they're getting worse and worse and worse. They really are.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why. Like, if it's not for you, don't watch it. Like, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
It actually is harder to watch it. It takes more effort to turn the TV on, switch over to Disney, open up Disney Plus.
Yes.
You know, by the time you get to that, it's like, just fucking read a book or watch something you like. So anyway,
just be happy, people.
Ultimately,
be happy.
I'm in, but not because I'm like a huge fan or anything. Just because I'm intrigued by.
I'm intrigued,
and we'll see what.
I'll wait for trailers or screenshots or something.
90% of this is all just waiting for trailers.
I mean, it really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? We got a couple here that we're going to touch on. I think we got time for a couple of Instaquestions.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Instaquestions. First, we got a comment from my aunt again here. She wants to also know what we think of Knock at the Cabin. We haven't seen it yet.
I haven't watched it yet, but I'm excited.
I'm very excited. I haven't been this excited for an M. Night Shyamalan movie. I guess since Split. Split was excellent. Obviously, I was excited for Glass, and that was
I was ecstatic for Glass.
Yeah.
Split, I was excited for because it looked really cool.
It looks cool.
But then when I watched it, I was like, "This is fucking amazing!"
Yeah.
And then I got
and
to
that's
the
even
ending,
before the end.
This is even better.
Yeah.
Like even without the ending, I was like, Jesus, M. Night Shyamalan coming out swinging. This is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
We get that ending, and I was like, mwah.
And then Glass happened.
But I am excited. Although I haven't seen the other one, the Old. Is that what it's called?
Old. Yeah.
I haven't seen that one yet. That
was really good too. He's on a roll. He's really on a roll. I think he's back. He's making some good movies, and I've heard nothing but amazing things about Dave Bautista in this.
Well, that's why I brought it up.
Did you watch his Jimmy Fallon interview?
No, I don't like Jimmy Fallon.
Oh well, I mean, just for Batista's side of it though, it's really good. I really
don't like Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, but it's really good. Just hearing what he says.
Okay. But I do like out of all the wrestler turned actors, though.
Oh, he's hands down the best.
Nobody thought Dave Bautista.
No.
Nobody. I never did until Blade Runner 2049.
And that was such a short little spot.
But
that one spot, I was like, this doesn't even seem like the same guy.
I was like, whoa.
He's actually acting.
Yeah.
He's actually really acting.
Dave Bautista as insert character here.
Yeah. No,
I'm does this thing where
I'm happy for him, and I'm excited.
Emotes.
He emotes.
Yeah, it's weird. He doesn't just play like himself dialed up. No, he's great. He's absolutely great.
Oh yeah, he's awesome, and the movie looks great, and I'm definitely watching him for us.
One of the best things of the theater. Riddick. Just kidding. He wasn't that great.
Man, I you know what? I think of Guardians of the Galaxy as the start of his time in Hollywood.
I think he was Kickboxer. That was his first.
Yeah, but he did all those other little things. Kickboxer.
He was good in Riddick for what he was.
Was it the Man with the Golden Fists or something?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he was in that too.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. The last song you listen to on Spotify or whatever you use to stream.
The first track of Fallout soundtrack.
Really?
Yeah.
The Fallout soundtrack. You're rocking the Fallout soundtrack.
I'll tell you.
My last song was, I'm trying to put it up here, Life by Mother Mother.
Oh, sorry. Good evening, Mr. Hunt.
Good evening, Mr. Hunt. That's awesome.
The fifth track in by Lauren Balfe.
Man, he's
I'm on a
great composer
kick right now, but I've been going through the Mission Impossible movies, building up towards 7 and 8.
All of them, or you just start with number 5?
No. I started right from the beginning.
So you went through number 2 again.
I watched number 2 again. It's still the worst one for me.
It's awesome. The worst. It's awesome.
It's
what about the third? Did I ruin the third for you now?
No, the order is Fallout, Rogue Nations.
Yep.
Ghost Protocol.
Yep.
Number 1, number 3, number 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Although it's starting to get to the point where 2 and 3 are like neck and neck, because like ever since you said that made-for-TV movie thing, it was the same thing you said with Avengers, made-for-TV movie feel to it.
When you have a TV director that's making their first movie,
it's really hard to shake that. The only real thing that I'll give credit for, two things. Obviously, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Obviously.
Three things. The bigger group, the actual inclusion of a full-on group. But my favorite thing is that, like, I know that around that time period was Tom Cruise trying to rehab his image. Yeah. But also at the same time, he was getting married, so of course Ethan got married. But I thought it was really interesting that he got out of the IMF, like he was a trainer, as opposed to being in the missions. Was in a long-term relationship, wanted to be in a long-term relationship, like wanted to have a life outside of that. Yeah. Because in the first 2, he's just spy guy.
Yeah, he's just spy guy.
And you just think he's spy guy. There's no real personality. Like, he had more personality in the first one than he did in the second one, which is surprising.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those 3 things. But other than that, it's fucking pretty bad. Like, even as a spectacle. Like, I'll say this about the second one. The spectacle, even though it's deeply rooted in the 2000s, like in the new millennium, new metal phase.
Yeah.
You know,
what was that?
I was trying to do that.
Disturbed?
Yeah, I was trying to do that.
Are we getting down with the sickness?
I hate that song, but that part, though, is very, like, new metal.
Yeah.
I mean, for fuck's sake, Limp Bizkit did the Mission Impossible soundtrack. And it's so shitty. It's so shitty. But the spectacle in the movie, like, the spectacle is absolutely, like, bonkers. Like, it is fucking cool. It's like eye roll if you look at it, like, because it's the outlier. It's the only one of all those movies that is blatantly over the top. They're all over the top movies. Yeah. But this one is so over the top, it's cartoony. Yeah. So if you watch it from that aspect, then you're like, oh, okay. The story itself is standard spy shit.
Yeah, it really is.
It's just shit. Like, the acting is god awful. Like, there's no acting and no chemistry at all with anyone in this movie. And they're all good actors. And they generally have charisma or chemistry with everyone else. Like, generally, like Candy Newton generally has charisma with people. No charisma or chemistry with any of these people in my opinion.
I kind of felt like she did with Tom.
It's so forced. I can't.
It's forced?
It's so forced.
Yeah, I should revisit it.
In my opinion.
It's time. It's time.
But I still love I love the Mission Impossible 4 Rogue Nations where he hits the button and he goes, mission accomplished. And later we get the only scene of Ving Rhames that makes sure that he's the only character him and Tom have been in every movie. And he's just like, you literally said mission accomplished? And Ethan's just like, well, yeah. You know, and I was like, he's fine. He's owning it. He gets it. He's a fucking dork, but he's like, yeah, I said it.
I love that Ving's still in those movies.
But so that's why I'm on this kick. So that's the last song I listened to on Spotify. You're welcome for that giant story.
Yeah. Wow. You know?
I'm not.
You're not traveling over? I thought you guys were going to watch Pink again.
No, we are actually, yeah. We're watching Pink.
Yeah.
And we're going to Winnipeg. Sorry, the question is, are you traveling anywhere soon?
Yeah, that's there.
The answer is yes.
Okay.
So May, we're gonna spend a weekend in Winnipeg with my niece and sister-in-law, sister-in-laws, and then of course we're gonna go see Pink in, I want to say, August. Still haven't seen Green Day, but
you're a big Pink fan. You're a big Pink fan.
Her live show's incredible.
Yeah, you still haven't seen Green Day.
I know.
You gotta go.
I got a little bitter about this one. I was like, Pink again. Like we just saw Pink like not too long ago.
It was only a couple of years ago, or was it before COVID?
And I was just it was before COVID.
Right before COVID, yeah.
And so I did get a little pissy about it because I was like it's like it doesn't seem like there's an attempt to see any bands that I want to see, even though I know that she would. But now the way that Ticketmaster is, the prices are fucking obscene.
Oh,
how do you think I
everything
could afford
is crazy
to see Green Day if I wanted to?
Because they gotta make up for all the money they lost during COVID.
It's all the tiers though. It's like Ticketmaster, but then if you go to like StubHub, is owned by Ticketmaster, so there's cuts that they get all the way through. And like even James was saying, like that refund thing, that fiasco there was just so they can collect interest. You're like, fuck you, but like you take my money like this.
Oh yeah,
you take my money like the second I hit send, you've already in my wallet and took the money out.
Yeah,
but God forbid I want a refund. Like even insurance, you overpay, they'll take that money. Will refund you in 2 to 3 weeks, and you're like, why can't you just put it back to my account? Oh, we can't do that. How is it that you can't? Well, I mean, either what, they'll prorate it. Like they might give you the refund, but they'll prorate it through your remaining payments. You're like, why don't you just give me the lump sum? The system's not set up for that. It is this. Take the money though.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same as this, just in reverse.
Yeah, well, we got to go to get approvals and get all the approvals you want.
Yeah.
Fucking do it. What's the approval? I said you could put the money back.
Freaking insurance people, eh?
It's just the system of money,
The system.
The system of money. Yeah, I know. I can't say too much shit about insurance.
I might go to New York again in April.
Oh, that's nice.
My brother's asking me like crazy because they got that art show and they're showing his work, and he really wants me to go. So.
Oh yeah, you should go.
Yeah.
You should go. Besides, Moneybags is paying, right?
Moneybags paying. Yeah, fucking right he is.
So, you have like next no excuse. Yeah. Hell, you know what? If you don't want to go, just tell James. I have no problem being a stand-in surrogate.
I'll hit up that
surrogate brother if I'll step in.
But other than that, I really got no plans. We might do one of those cross-country train trips. Like later in the year, just to see like all of Canada.
That's nice.
And it looks pretty chill. So
my mom and my brother and I did a couple of train trips.
Yeah,
two train trips. It was neat. Like it was one of those like weird memories that I get every once in a while and just go, oh, you know, like I feel like Jason Bourne having flashbacks where I go, did that really happen?
Yeah.
Did I kill that
person? Am I Chris?
But yeah, that would be really cool.
Adrian wants to see like the East Coast. I've only been there once when I was a kid, so I was like, well, let's do a train trip. Like
that's a really
see everything in one shot.
It's a cute idea.
You know, and they stop in all the big hubs and you can get off for the day and get back on and then going through the mountain, like the Rockies, they go through all the tunnels and shit. Like, I don't know. I think that'd be pretty sweet.
Said train, I was like, you are it.
Yeah, I think that'd be a sweet trip. So
I think so too.
So we might do that. It's pricey, but we'll see. We'll see.
Well, especially trains, they really gotta make their money back.
Oh fuck, I know. Favorite show right now? Do you have any Netflix recommendations?
Favorite show right now? So that's tough because I have like a revolving.
Yeah, I'm like so far behind on shows. I'm watching The Last of Us right now.
How is it?
It's good.
I've heard it's incredible.
It's really good. It's hard for me to get excited though because I know it's going to go to where the second game went. You know, and that's kind of like that. That's like
I've held off watching it because
like Pedro Pascal's doing amazing. Can't wait to see him get his head smashed in.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Other than that, I've been watching lots of sitcoms. Really, lots of comedy. I've watched. Well,
we've been watching
Mythic Quest, the new season of that. Finished that. I love that show.
I haven't watched that show, but I.
Oh, you would love that show.
Oh, I know. I know.
Yeah.
I already know.
So good.
Well, like Michelle and I have been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Nice.
And she's been burning through Schitt's Creek until they take it off Netflix. So, of course, watching that. For me personally, my favorite show, shockingly, Daredevil. But I'm currently rewatching BoJack Horseman again.
Nice.
It's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah,
like BoJack
is really funny.
It's really funny, but like I said to James, how did I describe it to James? Which, when you think about it, it really is what the show's about. Because it is funny, but I don't think it's sitcom funny.
No, it's definitely not sitcom funny. Yeah, but Netflix. I haven't really watched anything on Netflix.
So I described it as a very funny but dark show about mental health and trying to live.
Ah, that's a really great way of putting it.
Yeah. It's
that's a really great way of putting it, because there is definitely a darkness to it.
It's rooted in darkness.
Yeah,
it's absolutely rooted in darkness, and it's one of those rare occurrences where like I'm watching a show about a guy getting worse. Like BoJack, I don't want to spoil it for the people that haven't seen it, but I love it. I think it's a great show.
And that's on Netflix, so there's a recommendation.
That's on Netflix. And the only other show that I've been watching recently that I just finished, like my 5th rewatch, was Arrested Development. Which
even season 4?
Even season 5.
Oh, right, they did 5. I don't think I watched 5 because I hated 4 so much.
Well, the 4 that I've been watching is the retooled 4.
Oh, they retooled it?
Well, yeah, because apparently when they first put the season out, it was way different than what it's on now.
Oh, interesting, because I did not like the way they had it.
The 4th season and the 5th season are...
Yeah.
The first 3 seasons are fucking amazing.
I'll rewatch it, and I'll do the first 3, and that's it. Because it even ended good, and I'm just happy with it.
The reason why when I rewatched it this last time was because I've only ever watched season 4 and 5 once, right? So like a year ago, actually no, a couple of months, 6-7 months ago, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch Arrested Development.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna watch all the way through. And I got to season 4, I was just like, I can see why people don't like we're shitting on this. But then I read that what I'm watching now is the retooled version. So they tried to cut season 4 to be closer to the style of the first 3 seasons.
So where they had episodes that were focused completely on one character, there's kind of split up now.
Exactly.
And edited.
Exactly.
So each episode is like all the characters now.
Yeah.
So much better, because the one character per episode was just no.
But it's still pretty rough. Like there's still sequences.
I can still see it being very rough.
Where, like, of course, the narrator is narrating quite a bit, and like you'll have episode 4, right? And that'll end, and then episode 5 will start, and it's like almost a 5-minute recap of episode 4. And it's it's kind of funny and whatever and stuff, but those 2 shows though, it's just fucking amazing. But BoJack is great all the way through. Like all 6 seasons are fucking incredible.
Yeah.
But when I worded that to James, he said the same thing. He's like, "Wow, I'm gonna check that out right away." And
he's never seen BoJack.
No.
Oh.
Well, because of things that are going on in his certain life, I was like, hey, trying to get his mind off stuff, and then I immediately threw that out, and I was like, yeah, maybe you don't want to watch that right now. It's a little dark. Maybe you want to watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, the feel good stuff. I revisit it so much. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I'll put on all the time. The Office is always on my playlist.
Yeah, that's a constant one. Not as much for me, but Michelle is constantly
over on HBO, I'll watch Curb Your Enthusiasm all the time.
That one I haven't.
Larry David makes me feel good.
But I love that.
Yeah.
Show.
Oh man, I love it so much.
But I find with Larry, like Curb Your Enthusiasm, it's kind of like it's like Seinfeld in the sense that I gotta be in the mood for that type of humor, because you have to understand, like Seinfeld, they're all shitty people.
Oh yeah.
You don't realize it when you first watch it when you're younger. When you rewatch them, they're like, oh yeah, like even Kramer is a shitty person, even though he's the best of them.
Yeah.
It's like It's Always Sunny. They're all fucking terrible.
Oh, they're horrible people.
All fucking
horrible people.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Charlie is the best of the bunch.
He's the best of the worst.
Still a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And I love the show. I love all the characters.
Yeah.
I think they're fucking. I think it's one of the greatest. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, one of the greatest shows, period.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like sometimes it's hard because you're like, it's so shitty. You know, I do think I love it though when they talk about there's like one person that met the gang and then managed to get away from the gang better. Everyone else has gotten worse, and it's the transsexual.
Oh yeah,
yeah, because she ends up, getting the surgery, got married, and everything, and Mac is just fucking dumbfounded.
He's so mad that she got rid of her penis.
Oh, I forgot to ask. So that means you finally got to meet Country Mac?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Isn't Country Mac the coolest?
I think up to what did they release up to now? Season 12, 13 maybe? Yeah. Oh,
Country Mac. And the fact that it was Sean William Scott.
So good.
I fucking loved it. And I love how it's Mac Day A.
Yeah.
And they're all just like, fuck, this day is going to be the worst. And it's like, Country Mac, there's another one. And then later they're like, no, you know what? Like, everything, like God, like the way he was spinning God and being gay and all this shit. And they're all just like, no, you know what it is? I don't hate religion. I hate Mac. And fucking City Mac shits his pants. And they're like, you're the doo-doo in your pants. That's fucking great. Anyway, yeah, so that's...
Yeah.
Thanks for getting us on a rant. So, for me, Arrested Development, BoJack, but all-time right now would be It's Always Sunny. It's just so
I mean...
And, of course, Daredevil. But Daredevil, I can't... I find now that sometimes I got to be in the mood to watch it.
Yeah.
You know?
I can see that.
I can watch it in the background, but like especially season 3.
Yeah.
That one I got to be in the mood because it starts dark and then gets darker and then gets a little bit more lighter. Whereas It's Always Sunny, I'm constantly laughing. Like even first season, I know I've said plenty of times. It's
hard. It is hard to get through,
but it gets easier every time.
There's little bits that are funny, but I mean, it doesn't really jump to life until Frank gets to there.
Well, because of course, like a lot of the characters haven't really found their footing, right?
Yeah.
Because Charlie is relatively normal in the first season, but gets sort of weirder as it goes. And then, of course, like second season now, he's illiterate.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hygiene issues are terrible. I mean, he's taking his teeth out. They're like, oh, it just came out. He's just like, dude, you gotta stop doing that. Anyway, sorry. What's the next one?
Yeah, that's the last one. I think you know what, Netflix though. The best thing I think I've watched on there lately is Wednesday. I really enjoyed that.
Actually,
Tim Burton's Wednesday.
Yeah, although I watched this recently, and it was so good that I rewatched it within days. Tales from the Earthsea.
Oh.
A Netflix anime.
Really?
Yeah, really good, really good. And also Ni no Kuni on Netflix, another anime.
Did they make an anime of that?
It's yes and no.
Is it the cutscenes from the game as a show?
No. It's an entirely different story.
Okay.
It just there's some similarities. Like there's jumping back and forth between two different dimensions.
Okay,
but
gotcha.
It was really, really good. Really good.
Hmm.
But Earthsea was real good. That's one I'd recommend, hands down.
Yeah.
Earthsea was awesome. So
well, I haven't seen that, but I did watch Pacific Rim: The Black.
No, I haven't touched any
three times now. 3 times.
So I will have to get on that.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
All right.
So that's the Instaquestions. We are done with the Instaquestions, and we got 2 to go. Supergirl, Women of Tomorrow.
Women of Tomorrow.
Now, what were you saying earlier about this, where we kind of said, "Look, well, wait."
So after reading the first issue, I haven't read the whole run.
Yeah.
But the first issue, I feel like it's the same idea as All-Star Superman and Superman Legacy, where they're going for that feel, not necessarily that story.
Okay.
Okay. So to kind of put this into perspective, so they're like Tom King's was looking at Kara Zor-El and going like, because she was on Krypton right up until she's about 16, 17. or however, like 16, 17, because I think she's only aged a couple of years since she's been back on Earth, right? So 16, 17, she was on Argo, which was a sectioned off spot of Krypton that was like run by Brainiac.
Okay.
And then she ended up on our Earth, right? So let's start. Like, did you watch Superman Brainiac?
No.
Oh, you gotta watch Superman
I haven't
Brainiac.
watched that. I haven't actually touched the anime movies in a while.
But also read that run too.
Are you talking about the run?
Or the book too?
I've read the book.
Okay.
The Gary Frank arc?
Okay.
Yeah.
Stuff that she says about Brainiac.
Yeah.
Well, that's well, if you read the book, then the animated is the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just
living Gary Frank arc.
Oh,
which
that's unfortunate.
It is.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate.
But so in the first issue of this, it's on a different planet.
Okay.
And it's alien. So and it's almost like alien barbarian type, or like a swords and sorcery type of thing, right? So it's in a tavern, and she's telling the story about her brothers and a sword and stuff like that. And Supergirl is off in the corner getting drunk because there's a red sun. So she can actually drink and get drunk. She's celebrating her birthday.
Oh.
And she's fucking swearing. Like she's dropping F-bombs.
Really?
Yeah, like they do the comic swear.
Oh, okay. So it's not Black
But it
Label.
was still, I was like, oh, whoa. And so the concept was that, because of how she was raised and what she's seen, she's a little bit harder edged than Superman, but she's trying to live up to his ideals. But just the fact that she was fucking and the chick is trying, the alien person is trying to get Supergirl to help her, and Supergirl's like, no, you don't understand. Like, I only came here to celebrate my birthday. Like, I'm not here to do any superhero shit. Like, no, you don't get it. And the bad guy that she was supposed to stop gets on her spaceship and takes off and leaves her on this planet. And now she's got to figure out how to get off this planet, find the ship, and obviously help this person now.
Yeah.
At the same time, on a planet where she's now losing her powers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ah, man. Sometimes I wish I didn't hate the way Tom King is.
So far, though, well,
he's a good writer. I just don't like him as a person.
Yeah, so his Superman Up and Away is supposed to be really good. And I read a couple issues of it. It's actually pretty good. It's Andy Kubert art, so
I've been hearing nothing but great things about Human Target. His run on that.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that too.
Yeah,
it's just his Batman run and him as a person.
Yeah, I don't like him as a person.
Especially
the way he treated Jay Lee. That made me mad.
Yeah, that whole thing
yeah,
was really weird and just a weird fucking take. He just seems like a weird dude. But so far, the Supergirl run was good. The first issue was great. So I think that's kind of the idea, looking at that concept.
Okay, so we're going more than
the spirit.
The spirit.
Yeah.
The feel of the book.
The tone, I guess.
Yeah. And less an adaptation, if you will.
But if they did an adaptation, here, I'll show you some of the art that we're talking about here.
Well, I haven't seen the interiors, but the cover is gorgeous. Is it the same artist in the interior?
Yeah, but you got to see this.
Okay, I will see it.
But yeah, I mean, if they do a straight up, okay, I'm in. I'm all right with that. But if they just do the spirit, I'm also in.
You're also in with that.
Yeah,
you get behind it.
I can get behind it. Yeah, that's totally true.
I'm as far as the movies go, I think this and Superman are the two I'm most excited for.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Because I'm really happy they're pushing Supergirl and Superman. Oh, it's hilarious because I almost got a little bit of a Jay Lee feel there for a second.
I could sell that.
Yeah, that art is amazing. And she is so hammered.
Sword, everything, burping. And I like how they're slowly giving you glimpses that, oh, wait, hold on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was a really cool
That art is so good. Oh, man, I'm going to have to read a Tom King book. I started to read Batman Catwoman.
Oh, yeah. Ugh.
But I wanted to read it and like it because I love
Crypto's in it.
Oh, yeah?
Crypto's in it.
Because I love Clay Mann.
So that's the shot of the ship leaving. You'll notice that there's an arrow in her, and Crypto's down. Yeah. So even if they go this route, I'm in.
Better not kill Crypto, though. If Crypto dies, I won't watch your movie, James Gunn.
They will not. They will not do that.
Do not kill Crypto. Jeez.
But yeah, I agree. Those are the two that I was really like, out of all of them, I was like, okay. All right.
Yeah, and then the next one, the last one, Swamp Thing. If it's anything like the show, then the show was friggin' awesome. And it looks like James Mangold is going to direct it.
What's he done?
Logan.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, this one, Swamp Thing, I was like, you know what? Like, if they start, like, mining into the green and the red, like, you could also introduce Animal Man in there.
Yeah.
And we could start getting into, like, horror.
We could do Justice League Dark, and you can bring Guillermo del Toro in to direct that. Like he's always wanted to do.
Exactly. So Swamp Thing is one of those where I'm in because I kind of want to see.
Yeah.
But I'm not like a diehard fan or anything.
I'm not a diehard fan. No, I mean they could totally butcher this movie, and I wouldn't even know.
Yeah, like I would give no.
But the show was fantastic. That should have got a second season, and I'll always be mad it never did. But if this is anything like the show, I am definitely in for it.
One thing I thought was interesting, and I got this right before I walked in, was apparently Gunn is looking to create a universe that is like Star Wars. So the quote was, well, we're also creating a universe that is like Star Wars, where there are different times, different places, different things, like Game of Thrones, where characters are a little bit more morally complex. And cites that he loves Star Wars spin-off Rogue One, stating it's the most underrated Star Wars of anything. Hands
down, it's the best movie in the whole.
So,
well, Empire Strikes Back is probably the best, but Rogue One is definitely a second.
And I thought that was kind of an interesting thought.
That is interesting. So different times. So all of these could be taking place during different times in history.
Yeah.
Swamp Thing could be a movie in the 80s.
Exactly. It could take place after the second one.
So even though this universe is connected, it's not really?
I think, and that's kind of where, once we get more of it, we'll have a better understanding. But I'm starting to think that it's casting this wide net.
Yep.
And then seeing what works.
Yep. 100. Exactly.
Pushing whatever doesn't.
That's what they got to do.
You know, and it's true. That's what they got to do.
I'm telling you right now, just looking at this, Lanterns is going to work. Superman will work.
The flip side is most of this shit will work if done correctly.
Booster Gold is probably the only one where I'm not sure if it would get a second season. And I'm not sure whether the Authority or Swamp Thing would be successful at the box office.
Yeah, those are I agree. I agree with your assessment.
I actually see them losing money on the Authority. I would have went the TV route with that and did like The Boys.
Yeah, exactly.
That's honestly what I would have done with the Authority.
Yeah, that's probably the best idea to do it. And the other thing too is they might even switch gears.
Yeah.
We don't know. Like none of this is really
that's true. Who's to say the Authority is going to be the Authority from the comics? All they got to do is put Batman or Superman on the team, and all of a sudden everyone's going to watch it.
Well, I mean, even like I said, like if honestly, the second you said it, they should just do the Authority like their boys.
Yeah,
their version of the Boys.
Yeah,
you know. Then in that case, stay away from the New 52 version because that's Authority light. You know, and then just stick to the original Wildstorm version.
Yeah.
You know, eliminate some of the more overtly Millar stuff. But other than that, like fuck, like there was one of the stories was they had to fight literally God.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna.
Fucking bonkers. They go through the bleed and they end up having to fight God. I was like, this is fucked. But it's also like we're talking. The art was incredible.
Yeah.
Because
Hitch did it, right?
Hitch was doing the art. You know, so you had Hitch and Millar, and they're firing on all cylinders.
Yep.
And then even like, Hitch works well with Ellis too. Ellis's version was also really good too. Like, I think I read the first 25 issues, so I read like the Millar run and the Ellis run, and I was like, holy shit! Like it's good. It's just there's some shit I didn't need to see.
Yeah.
You know?
Like everything he does. I don't know. I'm very.
I have to agree though. That's the one where I am willing to bet money that they'll lose money. Like, and I hate to say that because I want to be positive.
Swamp Thing they can make it on a low budget. Authority is going to cost a fortune.
Yeah, Swamp Thing could be a total low budget thing, and they could make money.
They absolutely could.
But they have to be smart. And that's the thing too. They got to be smart with some of these budgets.
Yeah,
like Superman, Supergirl, Batman.
You can aim high.
You can bump the budgets up. Like Superman and Batman for sure have fairly high budgets, but don't go crazy.
Even then, I wouldn't go that crazy.
I was going to say, like, don't operate on the assumption
the regular movie fan is going to be confused for one thing by the Brave and the Bold happening at the same time the Batman's happening.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you're going to get your diehard Snyder people out there that are going to just review bomb Legacy.
Fuck it. What I was going to say was they should operate under the principle that none of these movies will make $1 billion.
Absolutely.
Operate under that. Like, think about it and go, okay, they will make money, but none of these movies are guaranteed to make $1 billion, and I'll prove it by saying 2 words. The Batman did not make $1 billion.
Nope.
Okay? It
made good cash.
Made a fucking good cash.
What did it make? Almost 800? I think it was high 700s, eh?
High 7s.
Yeah.
But and that's, you know, when people were starting to go back and watch movies in the theater. So it's not like COVID still was a thing.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, 770.9 million.
Yeah, so that's really damn good.
That's a great box office.
That's huge.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's like 3 times the budget.
Yep.
That's profit.
Oh yeah.
They made money. Okay. So like regardless, but at the same time, that's the thing. Like we don't need $400, $500, $600 million budgets. Just do 200, like Superman and Batman, 200, 250 tops.
Yep.
Supergirl, 200, 175, 200 tops. Like don't go too crazy.
What was the Gunn's really good at working on smaller budgets. I don't think Guardians were that. I think they were relatively low for Marvel movies.
I believe they were. I think they were only around the 175. No, 150 range, I think, for the first one.
Oh, Volume 2 is actually 200 million. Oh, wow. I didn't think
I was going to say, first one is going to be the lowest one because we're talking Guardians.
170 for Guardians 1.
Okay, yeah, so I was close with 150. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think he's going to be able to keep it down. He knows what Marvel's doing. He knows DC's not Marvel.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's the list. We just ran through the future of the DCU.
For now. That's what they say for now.
I'm looking forward to San Diego Comic-Con. I think they're going to really blow the roof off that place with announcements.
I hope so. I think
we're going to probably see a lot. Like, I guarantee we'll see the first trailer of Creature Commandos of Waller.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And we'll probably get a cast announcement or even a teaser or something of Superman Legacy.
I think with Superman Legacy, I think they'll do a cast announcement.
Yeah, I can see them doing it.
Oh, speaking of casting announcements, no announcements or anything, but there's been heavy talk about, of course, for Daredevil Born Again, possibly having Kirsten McDuffie as the love interest.
Okay.
Which works because she was part of the Mark Waid run. And also the Zdarsky run up until recently, where she may or may not have been killed. And the casting that they've been saying is Melissa Fumero from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, I'd be down with that.
I'd be 100% down with that. And apparently Zdarsky agreed to it like years ago.
Really?
Yeah. I
would love to see her get like a bigger push. She's a great actress.
I think McDuffie would be perfect because like so it's not too far from the type of character she would have played as now I feel like an idiot because we're just watching the show.
Amy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but like, because her character's a bit of a ball buster.
Yeah.
She can also joke around, kind of be one of the guys, but also like stickler for the rules. So it's not too far off.
Mm-hmm.
So just be a little bit more loose in the character, loose in that version of that character. But I love her. I think she's great.
Oh, she's amazing.
Like she would do really good.
Yeah, I was upset to see her in that shitty Blockbuster show.
Is it really that bad?
It's horrible, and it's
really?
canceled. It's horrible, and it's canceled.
Well, of course it's canceled. There's no way they were going to do. I saw
it. No, it's bad. It doesn't. It's got nothing to do with Blockbuster. It doesn't feed people look for nostalgia. It's just a shitty, romantic.
So I feel bad for
that takes place in a Blockbuster
too. Like what the fuck?
He was really not good in it either. The two of them had no chemistry. It was just a really fucking bad show. Bad show. I do not recommend that one on Netflix.
They made that show, but they canceled others.
Yeah.
Netflix is fucked.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
anything that canceled Blockbuster twice.
all the streamers are fucked.
I can't really.
Disney Plus is probably the most consistent, though. I have to say.
Yeah, because it's Marvel and Star Wars and shit that are going to get second seasons or be one and done seasons.
Yeah, but like even poor seasons of shows are still like they're still like saying they're awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, well, The Mandalorian apparently is the greatest thing ever.
I mean, for Star Wars, first season was really good.
Andor's supposed to be incredible.
That's supposed to. I gotta watch that because I love Rogue One.
I heard it was awesome.
I gotta watch that.
And but even the Book of Boba Fett was supposed to be really good.
Yep.
And then even the Han Solo one was, or not the
Obi-Wan.
The Obi-Wan was supposed to be really good too.
Yep.
Andor is apparently better than that one though.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem for me,
I just can't keep up with all of it.
The problem for me though is I'm also not a Star Wars guy, so it's like I don't have the drive.
Like I watched the first season of Mandalorian, my brother's like, "Whoa, what did you think?" And I'm like, "It was really good." That's it. I'm like, "It's Star Wars, man." I like visually, Star Wars, it's cool,
but I'm not a diehard. Like even I was saying to like, but even with superhero stuff though, I'm not as like I have to see everything.
Yeah,
because
I used to be that way, but I can't be that way anymore because there's too much of everything.
Well, it's not all good.
It's not all good.
Like at least, like say what you will, but at least the quality control was still so good.
Yeah, but
like after Endgame, it's not like Endgame hit and then COVID hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was Endgame and then like nothing really.
No, there was a huge pause. Well, there was Spider-Man, Far From Home.
Yeah.
And then there was a big pause. And then we had COVID and everything kind of just went dead in the water for a while.
But I mean, even then.
And now there's too much.
But regardless of COVID, though, they were already going to go the TV route regardless because they were looking at it like perfect. Like this is
Disney Plus, yay!
Like there's no way.
It's the best way for no one to have physical media ever.
Like
ever again.
I'm trying to say there's no way that they were going to have a 9-hour WandaVision movie.
No,
there was never going to be a WandaVision.
The thing is that these shows have so much filler in them; they don't need to be as long as they are.
WandaVision, I thought, was pretty tight for 9 episodes.
Pretty tight, but it didn't really kick off till episode 4.
I disagree. I was in right away. But like,
think about the first 3 episodes. That could have been a 15-minute segment in the movie.
I'll argue that it didn't necessarily need to be 3 episodes, but I mean, I would even then. I'm cutting maybe 1 episode.
But WandaVision was really great.
WandaVision was.
It was a great start for their TV shows that a lot of shows afterwards had a hard time living up to.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because like I mean, but then again, it's it's kind of that catch-22 because like we keep saying it, but like a 9-hour movie versus even a 3-hour movie, like even Wakanda. You know?
Yeah.
Like when we watched it, we were like, yeah. And like you said yourself, like, but even while you were watching it, you were like, this is
it's long.
You know,
I'm feeling it.
And I remember not really feeling it until Namor got to Wakanda.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, there's more after this. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And like, and at the time I loved the movie. I thought it was great, blah, blah, blah. But then when we did the Camcast, by that point, we were already going like, you could take this out. 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 You could take this out.
It's so much.
Take this. And then you got a 2-hour movie, and yay, you're all right.
You're good.
You're okay.
You're good.
You know, and Thor, Love and Thunder, whatever the fuck, like. I feel like there's
that movie could have used another 10 minutes.
But that's a 10, even 20.
Yeah.
Even 20. And, you know, maybe then.
It might not have been better, but at least the story would have made a little more sense in parts.
Yeah. At the very, very least, we could have established that he is, in fact, a god killer.
Yeah, he's a god killer, but you will never see
gods.
him.
He killed more than just the one that you saw.
He's a god killer.
Well, I mean, there was blood on the ground.
Yeah.
From places that he'd been.
He cut off Sif's arm. And now her arm's in Valhalla.
But anyway, so at the end of the day, I am cautiously optimistic. Yeah. But I've been cautiously optimistic with DC for a very long time now. Like, since Justice League, I've started... No.
Yeah, Justice League. I'd say Justice League.
Because, because Aquaman was a fucking surprise to me. Because I could never have told you that I would have liked it as much as I did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the fact that it made $1 billion was surprising, but also I felt earned, right? So that helped. But then we got nothing after that. Oh, then it was Shazam. Which was, it is what it is. Shazam was one of those, like, going into it, I wasn't super pumped.
Yeah.
I don't like that version of that.
And Birds of Prey.
Birds by.
I mean, DC's done a lot of poopy stuff, but they've also done a lot of great stuff. And a lot of the great stuff is it's upsetting that it's just getting thrown in the trash can.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of like say what you will, but they had to they actually had to sit there and go, okay, the Snyder version, Whedon version, that's done.
Yeah.
And I don't like that they're trying to say the Whedon verse because it was one movie.
Yeah. One garbage movie.
One really bad movie.
It's not the Whedon verse. Screw Whedon.
It was Snyder verse.
It was Snyder built that universe.
That's it. Right?
He built that universe and then Warner came in and destroyed it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the only thing that I would say is I hope ultimately they had to do a restart. They had to do a line-wide restart. And honestly, because of Joker made so much money that they greenlight a sequel, which I'm in. I'm in for, I think, because it's just a bonkers Elseworld sequel. Like, they've sat there and said, this is Elseworlds. So now I can go in there and go, okay, fine. And it's a fucking musical.
Yeah.
like now I don't give a fuck who you cast. Like, you want to see a new version of Harley Quinn? Fine, great. I'll take it. I'll be fine with it because it's part of the Elseworlds. They had too many profitable things happen outside of the Snyderverse that they couldn't not fold into this one. So they're doing the best they can. So leaving Reeves with his own little pocket, I think is a smart move.
It's a smart move, and bringing in Elseworlds is a fantastic idea. But it also leaves. I'm sorry because I'm cutting you off here.
No, that's
but
fine.
If you're bringing in Elseworlds to have this continue and this continue and this continue, why can't these other ones continue in Elseworlds? Why can the Batman exist in Elseworlds and Brave and the Bold still happen here, but Superman Legacy can't happen? Well, Man of Steel 2 happened over in Elseworlds.
Or you get your Superman All-Star, but Cavill is the one to end that.
I mean, all anyone wanted, including him, was one more movie showing you what he could do as Superman, why he is the Superman of a generation, and Brainiac. I mean, it was going to be incredible, and it was already like the wheels were going.
Yeah.
So to throw
that one, I think
to throw that away,
I think it's more that head fucker.
Yeah,
who's just bad shit.
I don't know. I think Dwayne Johnson pissed off people, and Cavill he's getting the fucking the bullet.
Well, that's what I think. Like, I think it's just part and parcel of that top guy is fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, he's nuts.
Like,
if I was James Gunn, I wouldn't want to work for that guy.
That's like, it was just weird. Like, I was pumped to hear him hired,
mm-hmm.
and the other guy that he's got with him, I think, like, it's a pretty good team. They got they have an idea. Like, at least it sounds like a cohesive idea.
Yep.
You know, but I agree. Like, it's weird that you're having Elseworlds, or like, because the Batman, is it even considered Elseworlds, or is it
the Batman is Elseworlds?
Okay, so that's Elseworlds. Obviously,
yep.
The Joker's
Elseworlds.
So I agree. Like, why couldn't you have the Man of Steel 2 be an Elseworlds finale?
So they kind of shot themselves in the foot by saying, "Oh, Cavill was screwed over, but he's not our Vision. These are happening in Elseworlds."
Yeah,
you're contradicting yourself.
I thought the same thing,
You're contradicting yourself.
You said it. Yeah, that's right. It's totally right. Like, they should have at least. But then again, we're also talking casually about throwing money now, because again, like you said yourself, like with like Aquaman 2, Wonder Woman 3, which I don't think is going to happen. They're just afraid to say that.
Yeah.
But even the Flash, like we're looking at these, and Shazam 2, it's, well, what's the point?
Yeah.
Right. So then, if you have an Elseworld Superman, some people might go, well, what's the point?
Yeah.
And I guarantee you some of the higher ups and the shareholders are like, what's the point? Right? So this is one of those, like, best of a shitty situation.
It's one of those things where I'm always going to be disappointed in, but it's never going to change. So I'm just going to accept what's coming down the line.
It fucking hurts me. It hurts me because I literally was like, oh, he's back. Oh, we're going to get that last movie. Oh, he's gone. Oh, okay. All right. And then they dangle All-Star, and I'm like, fuck you, Gunn. Don't do that. Don't dangle one of my favorite superhero stories ever. Okay? Don't do that. But it is Gunn, so it's...
Yeah,
he's built up a lot.
I said it years ago when we were talking about him getting fired from Marvel. And Gunn, I trust. Yeah, I continue to trust.
He has built up a lot of goodwill. I just really hope it's not one of those, like, you know, what is it, CD Project Red or whatever. Because the goodwill.
Goodwill only goes so far.
I honestly thought
once you take your fans for granted,
I thought they thought, fuck it, we can, like, look what we did with Witcher 3.
We could do anything.
But it's like Witcher 3 wasn't released broken, though.
Exactly.
It was released and they patched it and stuff. Like, there was some shit to it.
Yeah.
Right? It needed more polish, but it wasn't broken. You could play the game fully, you know, with some glitches and shit, you know, but like fast smashes the game like empty, and or the better yet is, like, if you played the PS5 or if you bought that version, that one was closer to what we told you were going to get. But if you got the PS4 version, oh yeah, we fucking took you.
You paid for an incomplete game.
Oh my god, this is great! How much fucking money we took from you? Oh, you can upgrade to the 5, no problem.
Do it.
Spend more money because we got a stake in all
you
those
fools.
All those fucking scalpers that mass bought the PS5s. We got a stake in those. We make money off every scalped PS5 that they sell at profit.
Oh man.
Anyway,
that is Camcast. What we at, 164? I think it was 164. Yeah.
164, as always. Thank you so much for joining us. Especially Auntie Linda. We really
especially Auntie Linda and the other viewer as well.
The other viewer, which
the
may or may
the
not
secret
be
viewer.
My second mother.
Yeah, could be.
I think Kenneth wanted to call her Gertrude? I don't
No.
know. The one and only True Levitsky.
Yeah.
We all love and cherish. Also, I am an asshole.
Oh.
So happy belated anniversary if you are in fact watching, because I didn't call anything. Yeah.
Schmuck down coming for you.
This is horrible because I called your dad out of the blue.
Yeah.
I never call your mom, so she's sitting there going like, "Oh,
this is the day he will call me."
He called you, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, as always, guys, we appreciate it. We love you. The Geek Pantsers are a part of our lives. We love that you come and watch us on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. That's right.
There it is.
Thank you. We love that you check out Geek Pants Media, .com, the ghost town that is our website, and that you listen to us on SoundCloud, Spotify, and Audible, and Google, and Apple Podcast.
Nailed that one.
We love you in all shapes and sizes, and we love that you consume our media in all shapes and sizes.
Consume the media.
Consume the content.
The Geek Pants media.
Yeah,
the content.
Because we've got our Geek Pants, we've got our Geek Shorts. We're coming at you hard, but consensually.
And now we lead into Solid Snake.
That's right.
These pancakes are delicious.